Here's the thing. All right.
Hello.
Hello,
Hey.
everybody. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons Session Zero in the Moco Loco community. My name is Svi, also known as Cyberstag, and I will be your dungeon master for the day. Everybody else, please give the name that they have. Oh, hang on, got this muted. Can everyone give your name as well as your what's it called? Pronouns. Mine are he, him.
I'm Good Fork, and she, her works for me.
I am JC, he, him.
Raven Rock, he, him.
All right, terrific. So I don't know the extent to which everybody here is familiar with Dungeons and Dragons. Is this like anybody's like absolute first with anything Dungeons and Dragons? Okay. Okay, yeah, absolutely. So how to begin? Well, I've got my player's handbook in front of me, so I could just do it like that, but I'll try to give more of a Spark Notes version. This is a role-playing game similar to most other video games that that have any sort of class advancement. You select a class and you go out into the world and do all kinds of adventure. In my role as a dungeon master, it's not that I am the enemy of the party, which will be everybody else here, but rather I am sort of the narrator who reveals the world to the other characters as they venture out into it. And it's also my responsibility to build the adventures in that way as well. Now, for those who don't understand the basics of Dungeons and Dragons, we are basically I'm going to go over all of them. The most important aspects of it are the different classes that everyone has. At least for the party members, the most important thing is their class, which there are about, I forget the exact count. There's like between 9 and 11 different classes in four different spheres of word. Four different types of classes, ranging from warriors to arcane spellcasters, divine spellcasters, and specialists. And as for the adventuring themselves, you might be familiar with the concept of the D20 die. So how that works, basically all of the actions that we take are dependent on dice. The D20, which is the nickname for the 20-sided die, is basically how all actions within the game are determined. Is everyone with me so far?
Yep,
Yes,
Just
sir.
take a breath. All right, terrific.
absolutely, yeah.
So what we're going to be doing tonight is we are going to be going over some of the rules, and I'm going to be explaining how they can make their character, and we can then go over who is going to have what kind of character, background of this character, and once we have that hammered down for each person individually, we're then going to go into maybe how this party was formed. Have they known each other forever, or will they find themselves over the course of the adventure? So that is the goal for tonight. Now, on to I could explain the sort of broader nuances of Dungeons and Dragons, but the simplest way to state it is that these five adventurers before me, well, we have four now, but we will have five in the future, they will be venturing out into a world, one of sword and sorcery, where magic exists and where all kinds of crazy monsters ranging from the Jurassic to the Eldritch will be trying to destroy them as they go out into the world and try to achieve their characters' various goals. Oh, you have the little E20 thing on your screen. That's terrific. Okay. With that being done, is there anything else that you'd like me to go over first, or do you want to get right into the character creation part of it? Yeah, anybody who's a member of, of any of the communities here is welcome to, try and contribute in, in some way or another. We've already set up about a half dozen potential guests who will come in and play various characters, ranging from helpers to enemies, over the course of this whole thing. So, very excited for that. I'd highly recommend that anybody who's interested in what we're about to do to check out Harmon Quest, created by Dan Harmon. That'll give you a pretty strong indicator of how things are going to go here. Raven, are you also streaming at the same time? Are you also streaming right now?
I am streaming right now. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So your chat is also, you've got if your chat's got any questions as well, feel free to put them
So far,
forward.
just me and the chickens.
Exactly.
Yeah, at the
Yeah.
moment, I believe so. Yes.
I gotta.
I feel like
Well,
all
in the
viewers
meantime,
are
for those who are, while you guys are, getting your stuff ready, I'll give everyone who's listening, sort of an example of what a scene might be. After passing through the craggy peaks, the road takes a sudden turn to the east, and Castle Ravenloft towers before you. Crumbling towers of stone keep a silent watch over the approach. They look like abandoned guardhouses. Beyond these, a wide chasm gapes, disappearing into the deep fog below. A lowered drawbridge spans the chasm, leading to an arched entrance to the castle courtyard. Chains of the drawbridge creak in the wind, their rust-eaten iron straining with the weight. From atop the high stone walls, stone gargoyles stare at you from hollow sockets and grin hideously. A rotating wooden portcullis, green with growth, hangs in the entry tunnel. On this, the main doors of Castle Ravenloft stand before you, rich, warm light spilling into the courtyard. And Philip says, I want to look at the gargoyles. I have a feeling they're not just statues. And then Amy says, this drawbridge looks precarious. I want to see how sturdy it is. Do I think we can cross it, or is it going to collapse under our weight? It's at this point that they can start asking the Dungeon Master questions, which will allow them to decide what kind of action that they need to take to kind of gauge their surroundings. Because not everything is completely safe. You do have to make certain checks as you would in real life in order to adventure forward. These can range from if you're interacting with somebody using diplomacy, if you are on the lookout for certain things, you can make a check for perception. What else do I have over here on the sheet, real quick? If you want to perhaps jump over a giant chasm, you use your athletics. And we also have different ability scores that will help you determine these things. All of it will be explained in time over the course of this session. Are we ready, or should we wait a little bit longer for Mr. Pine? Yeah, let's see. All right, I sent Pine a message. All right, so haven't gotten a. Doesn't look like Pine is available right now. So in the meantime, why don't we start discussing the various roles that we need to have. So there's going to be 5 of us, so we will have double of at least one role. Um, We start with our warrior class. This is your basic damage-based attacker with weapons. So you can be a melee fighter or you can be a ranged fighter. Doesn't really matter, though it certainly helps to have at least one. At least one.
Real quick before we keep going, Golden, you might want to turn the volume up a little bit. I just noticed Chrissy in your chat say it's a little quiet. Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Hello.
hello. How are y'all?
Can you hear us now?
Can you hear? I can hear.
Yeah, I was able to hear.
Awesome.
Okay. Right. Okay, so for the different, as I said, we have the warrior class, which is your melee or ranged fighter. Those usually are your heavy hitters in terms of melee combat. We also have divine spellcasters, usually clerics or druids that channel sort of divine magic, magic relating to nature or magic bestowed upon them by the pantheon gods themselves in order to invoke their magical abilities. We also have, and divine spellcasters are probably your essential healers in the group because they have the most powerful healing magic in the entire game. We also have arcane spellcasters. These are your more area of effect fighters that will use arcane magic, which usually has more offensive abilities ranging from fire to ice to lightning to even electricity in order to take down their foes, as well as some added bonuses that will kind of mess with opponents a lot. And finally, we have specialists, which are for bards and rogues, and these are sort of your jack of all trades. They can do a little bit of fighting at a higher level than your divine and arcane spellcasters, but not quite as strong as your warriors. They can sometimes do a little bit of magic, more so than your fighter, but not quite on par with your um, divine or arcane spellcaster. And they often have unique abilities, such as the ability to traverse dungeons more easily, lock picking and doing all kinds of sneaking around, and just generally being sort of the jack of all trades of the party. Those are the four basic overarching roles, and from there we go into classes for each one. Now, I have already received from, hang on, JC. Hang on. Okay, no. Get one from JC. I got from Ravenrock. Ravenrock wanted to create a bard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
The Warforged Bard.
I'm mostly trolling with the oh God there, but yes.
And Golden wanted to create a character who is a rogue and a monk.
Nice.
So we would all be starting at level. So you can multi-class. Although I think it would be a little bit more fun if multi-class is something that you have to find a certain trainer in order to do. But we can discuss how that'll happen as this session goes on.
Can I provide a good example of how a multi-class could happen? By the way.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, there's one campaign, and my DM for that campaign might show up in your chat here in a little bit, Golden, because I've told him about the stream. But I started out as a level 1 rogue. And in level 4, our cleric got killed by a beast, and my character, being just somebody who doesn't really make good decisions, just shouts out to all the gods for any help whatsoever. And my DM made me roll a d20 for religion, and I rolled a natural 20. So just some random deity in the world like reaches out to my character, touches him, and brings back the character that had died. And for that, I've created a connection that I don't remember the exact right term for it, but by the next time I leveled up, it made a good sense for me to level up into Warlock. So then I have multi-class to not just Rogue, but to a Rogue Lock, I guess is what you would call it.
Yeah, that's an example of how it can play out. Though I meant for like training, not when you level up, perhaps going to
Oh, okay.
like in Dark Souls isn't really a good example, but you know how like there are some games where like if you want to level up, you have to go to like a trainer who will teach you the skills. It would be sort of like that. They probably have that in World of Warcraft, but I've never played it, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I was just going off a kind of a different assumption on that, but still, that's a scenario in some way how you could end up multi-classing in a way, just sheer happenstance, and also just finding that person, like you said, that can train you.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm thinking that like some of the trainers could be some of our like guest characters. Like we start a session and you're in town and one of the guests or maybe even a couple of the guests are the trainers for various arcane, divine, or warrior classes. Something like that to really get other people more involved that way. If that's not
That's a
something
pretty
that
good idea. I like it.
that's not something that interests you, then we can scrap that. But I think it would be more fun than just like you're in the middle of a dungeon, you defeat like your eighth goblin of the day, and all of a sudden, oop, I can, I'm suddenly stronger all of a sudden.
Yeah, that was going to be my question.
I'd like to start at level 1, but
Okay.
for what I've created for our first little adventure, I suppose we could start at a slightly higher level. Wouldn't be opposed to that if we were just starting at like level 3. Yeah, yeah, you're pretty squishy at level 1. For a second. Let me look at Rogue real quick. I actually think starting at level 2 would be a good balance because at level 3, it allows you to start using your archetypes. Okay, so now this is, this is important, and this is probably the perfect time for me to upload this. I'm going to upload the player's handbook into the Dungeons and Dragons section of the Moco Loco Discord. So this is a PDF that has the 5th edition player's handbook. Don't be too intimidated by the size. You won't really need most of it. Honestly,
That's what she
just the first.
I didn't want to say it
I
out
missed what
loud,
you
but I did
said.
snicker.
I just said that's what she said. Sorry.
Oh, Lord.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I just lost my place for a sec. Yeah, the only areas that you're really going to be referring back to a lot are probably like chapter 3 of this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 3, 5, and 6, as well as 11 if you're a spellcaster. We also have your race, which will have a pretty significant impact on how your class is played, or maybe it's the core of your entire character. That's up to you. I am allowing for pretty significant leeway as far as what class you guys want to choose. That's why like I'm letting who was it that wanted to make the Warforged again?
That was me.
Yeah, so if Raven wants to, play a Warforged, that's fine. I think somebody asked if they could be like a
Yeah, my character is like more a homebrew raccoon race, but
Yeah, so like, yeah, exactly.
Love it.
I've got no problem at all if somebody wants to play, like Wait, is it Rocky Raccoon or Rocket Raccoon?
It's Rocket. It's very much is like based off inspired by Rocket Raccoon.
Yeah, Rocky Raccoon is the Beatles song that Rocket Raccoon was based off of.
It's cool.
Oh,
Fun fact, my stand animal is a raccoon, so it makes sense.
I
Ah,
like it. I like
okay.
It's been drawn. It's official.
Excellent.
it. Right, that's right. I did see it.
Awesome.
I love it.
Oh, if you've got if anybody's got art, please, I'd love to see some. Okay, so we've got those basics down. Should I start, excuse me, going over the different races first or the different classes first? You guys tell me, what do you want me to go over first?
Yes,
So
it is.
good.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there is the high elf, in the player's handbook. I'm sure that they're probably the same, so I don't mind. Uh, Good fork.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that works for me. Just, so long as you so long as stay true to it, I guess. Is there anybody that has not come up with any ideas for their character yet, or is mulling things over, or at least wants to learn how to do this?
Yeah, I'm not learning how. I am playing. I've played D&D before, but I am kind of letting Skippy play vicariously through me. So she has been guiding me on this character creation because
Ooh.
it's just fun. So far, we have a ranger. And I was just about to ask her if she has a preference on race, as far as if she wants it to be common, not so common, or a unique. So if you want to, we don't have to go through all the races. Like if you want, if we could just go through the basic races, because she is listening right now to see it, kind of give her an idea of, kind of the choices that of there's just the standard races.
Yeah, I'll list them off right now. So the basic races.
Real quick before we get too far ahead, just notice Golden chat. I got it. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Continue.
Yeah, sure. So the base races, without going into subdivisions of the races, we have dwarves, elves, halflings, humans. Those are actually like your basic. We also have dragonborn, gnome, half elf, half orc, and tiefling. Now tieflings are basically half demons, and dragonborns are sort of half dragons. So that's what we have, and each race has certain sub races, subdivisions. So for an example, elves, we have your high elf, we have wood elves, and we have the dark elves, which are also known as the drow.
Okay, I'm
Or
just gonna test and see if stream can hear me. Stream, can you hear me, guys?
Ooh, we got a dragonborn from Skippy. All
Ooh,
right.
excellent choice.
Yeah,
Skippy's trying to kill my
Dragonborn
artistic
Ranger.
skills.
Right. So I've never actually played a Dragonborn or a Ranger before, so this is exciting.
Yeah,
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
Dragonborn are very interesting. They are a little bit overpowered at time, but they have they have a lot of things at their disposal. I would say a Dragonborn is very good. Is a very good choice for beginners in general, just because of how much stronger they are than uh, than your average bear.
Mm-hmm.
Like for an example, they've got resistances to certain damage. They've got higher strength and charisma scores. Um, and they can use a breath weapon, which most others cannot.
Yes.
It's so
So-
good.
Oh yeah, Dragonborn sounds fine to
Perfect.
me. JC, what did you want to end up doing?
He's a raccoon.
And the-
the
Well,
homebrew
that's his
raccoon.
race. What is his class?
Oh.
I was leaning towards fighter.
Towards fighter, straight up fighter.
Yeah.
Eventually, you're eventually going down that one road, right? JC?
Gunslinger,
Yeah.
if Svi will allow it.
Oh, I mean, as I said, I kind of would like it to be a sort of sword and sorcery. More in the line of Conan the Barbarian and Red Sonja, as opposed to like, steampunk or like diesel punk, which is kind of the age that gunslingers fall into. But I'm willing to compromise if you're maybe willing to, maybe consider it like more of like a steam-powered crossbow. Like instead of firing bullets, you just fire like crossbow bolts with like that are like hand-sized. And you can fire them a lot faster. So you don't need to do like the loading mechanisms that your garden variety crossbow does. So instead of like a shotgun, it would be like a two-handed crossbow. Instead of like a pistol, it'll be like a drow hand crossbow. Instead of like an AK, it'll be like a light crossbow. What do you think of that?
That sounds good. I mean, generally speaking, if it was going to be actual weapons, for the most part, since my character's so small, he'd be using like a pepper box or something like that. But the steam power crossbow also sounds really cool.
Ooh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so since you would probably be pretty small, I'll allow you to use I'll allow the damage that you inflict to be the same as their medium-sized equivalents. So like
Okay.
even though you would be wielding, like a smaller crossbow to kind of fit his body, I'll allow you to still inflict the medium-sized damage.
Okay, that works.
Awesome.
All right, so what class will that fall under specifically? You said you were leaning towards fighter for that?
Gunslinger in itself is it's more
it's a
homebrew
human
kind of
class.
thing.
It's in the
definitely
critical
it's under
role.
fighter.
Yeah, it's under Critical Role.
It's under critical role as a thing. Yeah.
Yeah, Critical Role has what's his name? Has the blonde guy.
Which blonde guy?
Percy? Are you talking about Percy?
Yeah,
Percy.
Vox
Yeah,
Machina?
Percy.
Yeah.
Machina?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did like Vox Machina is the only thing I know about Critical Role. I love
Yeah.
I enjoyed the hell out of that show.
That was
It's
such a
very
good
good.
show.
That's basically the class that he's going for is just Percy. It's literally those kind of weapons and stuff.
Right. So
I mean, I don't expect him to be
Percy-
using something like bad news anytime soon or at all, but
what?
like the pepper box.
Oh,
and
like
stuff
signature.
that.
Okay.
Not necessarily
Yeah.
like his signature weapons, but like just the pepper box, the smaller like gunpowder weapons.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I understand what you were going for with that. Let me just quickly scroll through this for my book. I'm just trying to see what the perfect class that would kind of fit what you're going for is.
I mean, I'm fine doing like a ranged fighter class.
I was gonna say they have like the dual wield that you might be able to like just dual wielding ranged weapons maybe, and then just
Yeah, I mean, they have hand
tweaking
crossbows, so that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Ranger might work out in that case. If you have like hunter. Yeah, so look up the hunter in the Ranger archetype section of the player's handbook and let me know if that looks like it'll suit you.
Me scroll to the table of contents so I can find that.
As I'm looking
It'll
in
be
my
on
physical
page
book.
93 inside the book. Oh, God damn it. Didn't it just open? Oh, I do not need it to download again. Where are you? Oh, I need to be playing some music for this.
Ooh, yeah, let's go. Although there
As
are
long
streams,
as it's not, yeah,
so-
as long as it's not
Yeah.
copyright.
Get it fine,
Very important.
Cynthia.
I mean, this is music that I don't get dinged for when I'm playing it when
Perfect.
I'm streaming, so
That works.
should be just as well.
And remind me, what was the one you were talking about?
Ranger?
This is so if you go into archetypes, this is the first one that comes up. It's called the Hunter. So the Hunter has, how do I explain this? I'll just read it off. Emulating the Hunter archetype means accepting your place as a bulwark between civilization and the terrors of the wilderness. As you walk the Hunter's path, you learn specialized techniques for fighting the threats you face, from rampaging ogres and hordes of orcs to towering giants and terrifying dragons.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, so starting at like 3rd level, you'll get the Colossus Slayer, which allows you to inflict extra damage if it's below its. Okay, so if an already injured enemy, you can deal extra damage to. Oh wow, and you can use that every turn? Wow, that's pretty wild.
It is pretty nice.
That's pretty nice.
Giant Killer, when a larger creature within 5 feet of you hits or misses you with an attack, you can use your reaction to attack that creature immediately after its attack, provided you can see the creature. And we also have Horde Breaker, and these are all things that you gain at 3rd level, so this will be very early
Yeah,
on.
you get
Yeah.
one of those.
Yeah, so I mean, it certainly seems like, this is designing you to be more of a tank, but if what you're aiming for is more of a, like more of that like aloof Percy sort of character, then a rogue might be more your style. Like
Now, I will
assassin.
say, at least in personality, Percy's probably not the best description.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Yes, his personality is a lot more like Rocket. It's a lot more gruff, not necessarily
he's
like
like-
trusting of strangers.
Frog with a gun.
So he's basically like the guy that's gonna be like jumping in and just like spraying like all of the enemy's phrasing, as soon as like battle starts. So he's not gonna be
shouting
sneaky,
expletives as he
is what
charges in.
you're
Yes,
trying to say.
He's gonna be an
I mean,
impulsive dick.
he's going to be an impulsive.
That's a rogue.
Not all rogues are impulsive dicks, just 90% of them.
That's why there's multi-classing
I mean,
happening.
it's one of those things I might make him to where his like dexterity is pretty high, to where he can stealth better. But he's also not necessarily the person who's going to default to stealth.
That's fair.
This person is pissing me off. Crossbow to the face.
Oh, see, I think that's definitely more like, I don't know. I feel like fighter or ranger, that makes sense. Well, because rangers can be stealthy in a way because, like, one with the wind kind of thing. Like, so yeah. I mean, I think both of those options would. I mean, all of them are. You can make any class kind of fit, right? Like, it's all about how you RP it anyway. But I don't know. I feel like the ranger between like fighter and ranger, that would make sense.
I might go with ranger because there's also beastmaster, and with the fact that he's a raccoon and therefore is like halfling size.
Beastmaster is a separate archetype. You can't have.
Oh, it's a separate archetype. Okay, I misread.
You can't
That's my
have
mistake.
both. But that isn't to say that you don't get anything. I'm trying to find where it is. Natural Explorer, favorite enemy.
That was just me misreading the page. That's my mistake.
Hi,
You're sup-
Pinnacle.
I think
Thank
you're
you for
supposed to
coming.
get some kind of animal companion at some point, but I just don't know.
I think that's Beastmaster at
Yeah,
level
that's
3.
Beastmaster, yep.
Okay, I guess I thought that all rangers get some kind of animal companion. Okay.
Not all, but some of them.
You can talk to them though.
Mhm.
Right. Oh, druid is also a possibility, although druid would be hard to reconcile with your spray and pray nature, just because druids can't really use metal.
Yeah.
JC,
Yeah.
what was the other one you were thinking about doing? You were flipping between two when we were talking.
Yeah, but that was a rogue artificer multi-class, but that's... I think I might go with just the ranger hunter, because that does very much feel kind of like his thing, like, especially him being who we just lost.
Nice.
Oh, we just
I like
lost somebody. Oh, we lost Toast.
That was,
Yeah, like...
Yeah, toast.
That was what, Daddy, or what was his name again?
It was
Yeah,
Daddy
Daddy
Toast,
Toast.
but if he wants to come back in, all he has to do is go into the waiting room, and I'll pull him back down.
Excellent.
Yeah, but especially like with the giant killer, because with him being so small, he's going to be that kind of person who's like, if he's right next to somebody large, he's just going to be trying to just kick the crap out of him.
Ugh, I can't wait to meet them. I cannot wait to meet him.
Oh my
So
god.
excited.
I also think that there is something just that we're just going to get so much enjoyment out of
No worries,
Rocket.
Toast.
Just like Rocket is like literally the smallest, but he is like the most like the tankiest member of the entire
Oh, I
party.
love it.
Oh, it's
I
so
love a
good.
small tank. I love a
This
small
is gonna
tank.
be amazing.
The more I
This is
think
perfect.
about it, the more I am 100% sold on this idea. Okay.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So I will start working on that.
Okay. Good Fork. I
Yes.
skipped over your class. So
No, that's okay. So actually, this is great because I definitely, especially since we're doing this on this kind of platform, I'm very flexible with classes. So originally, I've been chatting with Skippy in Golden's chat. So we
I've
went
been
from
watching.
Ranger. Yeah, we went from Ranger to a holy nerd, a buff holy nerd. So we're gonna go Paladin for this
Paladin, okay.
Dragonborn.
I'm taking notes so
So
I know what to
here
draw for
is-
you.
Here is the problem that the party is already having. We are going
Too
with
tanky.
all fighter and
Okay.
between the four of you right now we have let's see, Raven is a rogue.
No,
Bard. Bard.
I'm
He's a bard.
But that's still a specialist.
Okay.
Yep. Golden is a rogue or
Okay.
rogue monk, which is
Yep.
also a specialist
Yeah.
/ warrior.
Mm-hmm.
JC is now a warrior, and that's already 3 of us. And if you were to take if you were to go with what was it that you just said?
Paladin,
that
but
would
no,
give
but they're
us-
very tanky. Yes.
Give us another
This-
warrior. So
Yes, this is fine because I have also in my D&D short career as it is have never actually played a squishy spellslinger. So I am completely comfortable with going like wizard, which to me is like the squishiest of squishy in my mind. And I'm completely fine with that. Skippy will be fine. Don't worry. Just don't tell her. But we can go. Yeah, I know. That's why I said that. It's fine. But I can't hear her, so and I'll just close
To
my
be
eyes.
fair,
but-
if it's buff nerd, I mean, like you just put some stats into strength and like wizard
Yeah.
is nerd. So
Exactly. No, but this is actually good for. I just
Skippy
saw the
rage!
reaction.
Rage.
But I do like the idea of also using this as a way for me to look because I've always been intimidated by spell slingers in D&D. So I'm completely fine with doing a Dragonborn wizard. I think would be fun.
And you want to go Silver Dragonborn?
Yeah, I'll keep Skippy silver, and we'll go from there. I'm excited.
I'm literally taking notes so that I can, because my plan is to
Yeah.
draw all of the characters specifically for stream, because I know some people don't want to use webcams or anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw all of the characters, and I'm going to use, like how VTubers have their avatars talk when you talk. So that's basically what's
Oh.
going to happen with all the hand-drawn characters that I'm going to do, including
That's
the
gonna be
DM.
Well, for me, like obviously I've got like the whole like half robot deer thing.
Oh, I've got
going
plans for you. Don't worry.
Okay.
I've got plans.
Okay.
And beware giving me creative freedom, because it turns to be very, very detailed, and I don't go back. JC has learned this the hard way.
I was going to
very
say
much
the
so.
other option would be would be like make me like the goblin that I play in Grand Theft Auto. I posted like a couple of clips of my
I've seen him.
shenanigans there, where like I play Dingus Dorkblood, who is an EMS but also like an adventure giver in Los Santos. So I just like take people on Dungeons and Dragons, and these like hardened gangsters are just like showing up to do Dungeons and Dragons like in between bank heists and stuff. It's
Oh,
fantastic.
that's amazing. I love that. Because you know what, and I wonder if it's easier to get a D&D game going via GTA RP than like in real life.
Well, I mean,
Oh my
when in
lord.
Rome.
Hey, I say we're doing pretty good.
Oh,
We're
God.
doing pretty
No,
good
no,
getting
but
one started.
you know how it goes, though. You know how there's always that one time where you're just like, please, just let's just play. That's all I want to do. Like, oh, I love it. Oh, the heartache. But yeah, so I think we'll do a Silver Dragonborn Wizard for me.
Right? Hell yeah.
Good fork. I'll end up DMing you for
Yeah,
like
of course.
details for
Absolutely.
like looks and stuff.
Absolutely, yeah. I look
Yeah,
forward to it.
I think Dragonborn are like literally perfect for
Wizards and
Oh, no.
sorcerers.
Yeah, I know.
Wizards,
I knew.
Dragonborn
Yeah,
make better sorcerers than wizards.
yeah, because they got that
Yeah.
bloodline. But wizards, I'm curious to see how that's gonna. Yeah, I'm very curious about everything about this. So.
Yeah, there would definitely be a certain level of irony there. You know,
Poor Skippy, you're
Right?
throwing her through a ringer.
I know. There's no rush, Skippy. There's no rush. It's
that's like the
fine.
great thing, because you can like you can make it into into something like that. You know, you
Oh,
can
yeah.
you can build your character background around around your around your being a dragonborn.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
A lot of fun stuff there. I'm just trying to see if there's like anything that specifically says about a dragonborn wizard. Okay, no, I think we're good. So it looks like we now have two specialists, one fighter, and one arcane spellcaster, which unfortunately brings up a new problem.
We have no
which
healer.
is-
Yeah.
yeah, no
Now
healer.
I
Sort
mean,
of.
A bard can.
Bard can heal.
Yeah.
That
I
is
do
true,
plan to pick up
but-
the healing spells.
And we
It's-
can just try to either make or buy a shit
I
ton
was
of
gonna
health
say,
potions.
health potions maybe just need to be more plentiful in the world, if we're going such a fighting class or fighting group.
Or if someone eventually wants to multi-class into a healer role, I mean that's always an option as well. No pressure, but I'm just like that's always a thing that can happen even within the storytelling. If along the way, seeing the light and be like, oh shit,
Or
the
what
gods
we-
have spoken to me.
Or what we can do, since Pine's not here, is Pine's gonna be our healer.
There you go.
Well,
They don't kinda have
that's
a
the thing,
choice.
Like, I don't know if it's necessarily fair to kind of push something onto him just because
Yeah, that's
he had to miss it. So I'd kind of rather it be like your own
Genuine
decision
interest
rather
into it.
than
No, absolutely.
Oh,
No,
absolutely, yeah.
and I would say, like, again, kind of, at least at these early stages of our characters, either like Golden said, either maybe health potions are more affordable or more plentiful or what have you, just until we kind of sort. But again, I mean, it's a very we can just Dark Souls it, or you know what I mean, like Souls like, and just
hope
see
you don't die.
yeah, just
Hope
see
you don't
how
die
many-
at those
you
squishy
die.
levels.
I mean, actions have consequences, and maybe it just forces us to be more strategic and think about our choices. But I'm good either way. So
Yeah. I mean, I know that for my character, I am going to lean towards healing because it's just going to be more in character. He's going to be less fighty anyway, but definitely help the party, or wants to help the party. And will lean towards more social, being the universal translator of the character. So I could definitely be healer as Bard, I feel like. So
yeah, that's okay.
You just said that, and you just gave me an idea for drawing your character.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Okay, so we've got, for everyone here, so let's just go over one more time. Golden, you are a high elf bard slash monk, correct?
Rogue/monk, but yes.
Rogue slash monk, okay. Good Fork, you are a silver dragonborn wizard.
Correct.
JC, you are a raccoon folk ranger.
Yes.
And Raven Rock, you are a warforged rogue?
Warforged bard.
Warforged bard. All right, I keep getting those two confused. Okay, very good. So now that we have that decided, waiting if we go into personality and background, perhaps. Let's see. Yeah, let's go into personality and background before we start fine-tuning the abilities of these characters. So, does anybody need a refresher on alignment?
How true do you want us to stay to that?
Yeah, that's exactly like what if we
So
choose
here's
something,
what
is it going to matter?
So
Essentially.
here's what is going. I'm going to let your actions dictate your alignment. So basically, when we start the very first adventure, you are all going to be neutral unless you're a paladin, which I don't think anybody except maybe Pine will be a paladin. And basically, your actions will shift you on the good and evil spectrum and the lawful and chaotic spectrum. So for those listening in chat who don't understand, there are 9 alignments across 2 axes. You have the lawful chaotic axis, which determines whether you have whether the actions that you take lean towards doing what is lawful, or being more, free-spirited and chaotic. And then we also have the good and evil axis, which is whether you are, in D&D terms, good or evil. I don't personally believe in, things that are objectively good or evil, but we're not here for philosophy. We're not here for
Or
Tzvi's,
are we?
We're not here for Tzvi's philosophy class. And of course, in between those 2 axes is the neutral. And again, if you're, I don't really believe in neutrality because I believe that neutrality kind of, favors those who are chaotic or evil, but that is neither here nor there. So for the terms of this, the alignment of the characters will change depending on their actions. So you can consider yourself a lawful good character, but if you find yourself, stealing from someone to, try and help out the town, that might stay good, but that's probably going to push you more towards neutral good as opposed to lawful good, because you are still, breaking the law, even if you're doing so for a good reason. So that is alignment, so I guess we don't really need to address that right now.
So we're all starting more or less unaligned to start out with.
That's what I would do,
Correct.
because I don't know how true I would say to what I would say right now.
Well, especially if we're starting at like
Level 2.
level 2, yeah, we can kind of see how we all kind of react to what others do, even within our own party, and then kind of go from there.
Yeah.
Would you? So we're definitely doing level 2, correct?
Yeah, we'll start at level 2. This way, the first time all of you level up, you will be able to immediately start choosing your archetype within each of your individual classes.
Awesome.
Okay. Then I am going to fix my character sheet real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no worries.
Ditto.
So I'm gonna stay multi-class. I'm gonna do 1 rogue, 1 monk, 1 level of each.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
I just went ahead and decided to go back and just rebuild my character from the ground up. If I had done it as like the fighter, but if I'm going to ranger, I'm just going to start over essentially.
His character art's still gonna have a gun because I'm not redoing that. It's holstered, so it could technically still shoot crossbow bolts. It just looks like a gun.
Okay. So wait, JC, so you're not doing ranger, you're doing fighter now?
No, I am doing ranger. I had just originally made a character sheet that was fighter, but since I'm going ranger, I just started over to build a ranger.
Okay.
Gotcha.
You can save name, gender, height, and weight for later. That isn't really important.
I mean, if I have my name, I know I have my name. I know JC has his name.
I have my name.
I don't have my name right now.
Well, Skippy can give you one.
Yeah, exactly. No, exactly. There's no rush on that.
We can just name the character Skippy.
Honestly, that would be hilarious. Can we just call the character Skippy?
The dragon?
I mean,
the dragon board.
Awkward.
I mean, you wanted to live vicariously.
Well, incorporate Skippy or something of your. I don't know. Like, okay, Skippy. We're going with Skippy. Perfect.
Okay.
I love it. Yeah, let's go.
Are you having a last name or is it just Skippy?
This is great. No, I won't say. I'll reveal that during gameplay.
Okay. I'm just for putting characters up on stream. I'm gonna have everyone's character name under them, and then the usernames under that, just so everyone knows who everyone's playing.
You can make Skippy like a nickname for like
we
can definitely do that.
It'll be a very draconic sounding name, but the easiest. No one can pronounce it correctly, so the easiest way is just to say Skippy.
Yeah,
it's essentially what it's gonna.
Oregano.
That's what. Yeah, it's gonna be like the full, like the first, maybe middle initial and last name is gonna be super complicated. But if you combined all of them, it just sounds like Skippy. So we can craft something for sure.
You need the equivalent of 3 human tongues in order to.
Exactly.
Okay.
As for my name, my character's name is Ruvan Kramer. Ruvan, Ruvaen, and then Kramer. I haven't figured out how I want to say it yet, but Cramyar. I'm
just gonna call you Kramer, as in Cosmo Kramer from Seinfeld.
As an elf, I have to ask you though. You are an elf. How many apostrophes are in your name?
There's actually none on this one.
Okay.
No, but I will send you the backstory that I have written up, as well as I'll give general details in this, but I have written up a backstory, and I'll send that to our lovely DM. As long as I don't need to change anything.
Yeah, I sent I think you have it, Stag, the little blur background I sent you.
I actually haven't gotten. Wait, from Raven, right? Yeah, let me.
Yeah.
I think I got that. Okay, yeah, I don't think I didn't read it, but I did receive it.
Mine is like 3 pages long so far.
Yeah, it's so big that
I
it's
got a
literally
paragraph
causing my
of
YouTube
vagueness,
to
so.
Okay, yeah, I'm not seeing a background. I'm just seeing like the basic sheet. I'm not seeing anything with background on it.
Courtier is the background choice. And then I think I sent you backstory, but I'll find it and resend it.
Oh, what was because I had a background choice. I'm just trying to remember where it is on D&D Beyond.
Okay.
Though I might DM that to you for it to come out later in gameplay. Oh no, I did criminal/spy. That's what I did.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have that in. Oh yeah, criminal is here.
I think it's under. I think it's under rogue. I think it's that one.
Oh well, those are backgrounds. See, I don't have access to some of that stuff, so it's just a little hard for me to keep up with some of it. But that's fine. I mean, as long as your background is unique and gives you the certain things that you need, like the starting skill proficiencies, the starting tool proficiencies, the starting equipment. I don't really care. I don't want to get
Yeah. Okay.
want to get too bogged down by by the details within the details. So who doesn't have a background that wants to know how to make a background?
Again, I mean, just
Okay,
for the
so-
sake of kind of learning for the community, but also for Skippy specifically. We can
Okay, so
yeah.
Fork. So if you go to the backgrounds section on the handbook, there's a whole bunch of different backgrounds that your character can have that can sort of that influence where he's from, different personality traits that they have, ideals, bonds, and flaws. And
Okay,
one of the
yeah,
reasons these are so important is because it kind of creates the guide by which you sort of stay on track with your character, so that you don't kind of become a self-insert, which is something that I've had
yes.
issues with, just myself with some of the characters that I've made.
Sorry,
So
which page was it again? Because I mean, I keep defaulting to Skippy, but also again, I've never played a wizard, so I do want to try to get into the mindset of this character as well. But remind me again about which page on the PDF would it be?
in the PDF, that would be around 127. I mean,
Gotcha.
it's
Okay,
pages aren't synced. Let me just
that's okay.
like
That's okay. I can search probably maybe. Yeah. Well, sorry. When you said background, I was thinking less about the ideals and traits and more about the like sage noble. Is that still the same thing?
no, this is different from the class. The background is not the same as the class. So it's 118 in the PDF, but it's 127 in the
Oh, okay. Yep. We're here. We're here. Gotcha. I got it. So I feel like with wizards, it's going to. I mean, like hermit works, sage. I know is probably another good one, but again, I'm not. I'm not. I'm okay with the ones that aren't necessarily made for a class. I think that's kind of fun to do that as well, is to not to really play the standard, but I'm open to kind of any of them, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm cool with whatever you choose. I just like it quite the opposite. Like I don't I find it more fun when
Yes.
people mix and match as opposed to
Yes.
okay, I'm going to make the most optimal sorcerer that I can. He's going to be an acolyte that has and then just like they make the
Absolutely.
most OP level 2
Yeah,
sorcerer.
I'm not. I don't mind min maxers. I mean, I don't care how anyone does anything in their lives. But for me personally, I like the same way. I like to kind of mix and match and kind of have fun with it. So, is this something that you need to know now, or can I DM it to you like by the end of the night?
You don't need it now. I kind of
Okay.
want everyone to have an idea, of their background.
Okay.
Come up with a personality trait, come up with an ideal, some bonds and some flaws that will actually, affect your character, and not just I'm too good at everything. Please avoid being that kind
Oh,
of
I
character.
mean, I'm a level 2 wizard at this point. Like, I know nothing really, so I'm still learning. It's fine. It's fine. So, okay, yeah, yeah, I can definitely go through it and kind of see which one kind of will sound good and fun to play. Oh, and
Terrific.
Skippy's already brainstorming. So, you know what? I think we're going to have down the line. Don't quote me on this, but I think down the line we
Oh, this is
might
gonna be
have
awesome.
a Skippy guest session. I can feel it in my bones.
Ooh,
We got to. We have to have it.
So
We have to have it.
excited.
Oh, that's gonna be so much fun.
It's and it'll be great because she'll be calling her like me her name, and maybe we'll just give her character the name Fork, and it'll be great. It'll be fun.
That would be hilarious.
That'd be awesome, yeah.
That would be awesome.
No, Skippy, it would be super cool if Fork's mother would show up and just start like endlessly berating
So don't put me.
berating us for an entire session.
Yeah, I will say. I mean, the types of games that Skippy has played, maybe actually other those in the Moco community have played. It's essentially D&D, but it's just in like either a game form or a movie form that they've watched, and it's just this is another form of D&D that they will be seeing. So I have high hopes for this for the community for sure. Very excited.
Yeah, I mean, like, as I've said, we've already got about like a half dozen people who have said that they want to be guests in some form or another. I've got an idea of who I want to be the first guest for our first session, which will be either next Sunday or the Sunday after. Kind of leaning towards 2 weeks from now, just because I'll probably be very tired next Sunday.
Yeah, that's
Understandable, and it gives you a little bit more time to prepare.
Yeah, exactly. So
I was gonna say I'm kind of hoping 2 weeks to give me time to draw all these.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
yeah, no, for sure.
So let's go through it real quick. If everybody already has their background figured out. Golden, what is your background?
So it's criminal spy.
Mhm.
Is main background. But there is some noble background in there too.
Okay.
Which I'll let you read the backstory and you can say yay or nay to
Implement
that.
it as you see fit.
Yeah, sure. Good Fork, you said that you are leaning toward. Oh wait,
Yeah, I'm not really nothing at the moment.
Okay.
But I'll definitely let you know within the next few days for sure. Like
Okay.
I don't think it'll be too long. Yeah.
Raven, you already.
Lollipop said that they're still up for guesting, but need a few weeks to deal with some life stuff before they can join the game.
Yeah, Lolly messaged me the same thing.
Well, she put it in my chat, so.
Yeah, I was about to say also, my DM reached out to me because he's in the stream watching right now because he knows we don't have a cleric, but he's not in Moco, so I don't know if we'd want to try to do that or not.
He would have
He
to
wants
join,
to,
or we would
join
have
the
to get him to
Discord.
join. We would have to
I know you'd have to
DM
join the
Dare to
Discord.
DM you a link so that he can join the Discord.
This is true. Yes, it's just one of those things that he's not currently in Moco, so he doesn't have the rapport that we have, which is why I'm kind of not sure if
Well, if
we
you
want to have it or
speak
not.
for
But if you
someone,
do, yeah.
Well, and
Dare
I
will
can
give you
we
the invite.
do have one more player that they
Yeah,
can
there's
choose
that
whether
too.
or not. So
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
it's good
that
to
too.
definitely have that option, but we can definitely I think wait to see kind of how it plays out.
Yeah, but if you guys wouldn't mind him being in here, I'd be perfectly fine bringing him in. I can vouch for him. He's my DM in another campaign, so
Yeah,
he's good.
I would never say like you can't be here. Like I'm not a gatekeeper.
I will
The
never
more-
deny
There's another-
someone that
Yeah,
likes to
the
play
more the
D&D.
merrier. Yeah.
As another
Exactly.
guest or as another core party member?
I would have to ask him. I feel like it might be core
Fair,
party
I
member,
think
though.
at some point we're gonna get up to like
Okay.
10 people.
and honestly, if he's your DM, like I get that as well. Like being the DM and wanting to just play, like let's go.
Yeah, I mean he's the player in the campaign I DM, so
I mean,
Wait, oh, that's
Give
so
him two.
wholesome. I
Give him
love
two.
that.
It is super awesome.
I mean, and if need be later down on the line, if we have too many players, I mean, I have DMing experience. JC now has DMing experience, so
I do as well. Yeah.
we can have like smaller groups break off and kind of have their own adventure in the world, kind of
Yeah,
thing.
or even like one shots. I mean, I love a good one shot, which ends up being like 2 or 3 shots, but it's fine. But
My poor bot is freaking out with how many people we have in this game.
I just saw that. What?
It's not all at once.
Listen, this is Moco.
Yeah,
like we don't set limits. I think that's our problem
Yeah, no.
/ not problem. Like,
yeah, I
That's
think
benefit and a
campaign.
problem.
I think the campaign my DM who like I'm currently doing a campaign so he could play for like ours that he's DMing has like at most 8 at one time. So
Yeah, well, the 10 would be like with the guest bear, like
Oh, gotcha,
10
gotcha,
different
okay.
players, because the guests will come in and out. No,
Yeah.
we're not gonna have our poor DM would probably be
Like, yeah, he's like,
dead
you know
if
what? I'm
we
gonna
had
go
10
back to
people at
GTA
once.
and
the
just
cyber
play
part
my
of
D&D
cyber would
there.
explode in the process.
Yeah, that's
I
exactly.
mean-
He's like, I'll just go back to GTA and play D&D like a normal person instead of you with your 10 people. No, thank you.
Well, I mean, it's best to have a cap at 5 or 6.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah,
that's also
because it
for the
makes-
DM, but also for the players, right? Like,
Yep, so everyone can
you
be
used
involved.
there a while, so yeah.
Exactly.
Good old
Because,
combat
to
economy.
get from one person's turn to the next,
Yeah.
would take very long, depending on how many enemies there are. So
100%. Yep. Yeah, because then you have to
assuming-
scale them. Like it's that's a lot.
yeah, so assuming Pine is is still with us, and I have no reason to believe that that they're not.
Mhm.
We do have room for a 6th person. It's just nobody else seemed to express interest in wanting to join the core party. So if if your DM friend wants to join, I don't have any objections.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
And just as long as he joins the cleric.
That's the stipulation.
Yo, what's
He has
up?
to join
I'm a
as a cleric.
barbarian. Let's go.
Okay, he just shot me a DM basically saying it just mostly depends how badly we actually want or need a dedicated healer, but he's fine being either a regular or a guest.
I mean,
Nice.
if we have a guest cleric who comes on every few episodes,
like at the always like that's the trope, right? Like he just shows up at the right time every
right
time.
before
like,
a big
hey!
battle, yep, like I have this
Imagine seeing you
prophecy
here.
that
Yeah, I just so
Amazing.
happened to be prowling around level 3 of this dungeon when I randomly stumbled across.
God, I actually love that as a
Look, you need
concept.
healing. Wait, I'm trying to heal. What are you doing here? Oh, yeah, I'm doing it better. Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
I love that.
Lolly, I love that guest cleric who shows up for your 6-month checkup. Oh, that's
man.
amazing.
Too good. Too good.
It's just a magical dentist who shows up and asks you if you flossed.
Oh no.
What's funny is my DM just messaged his character's name is going to be Deus Ex Machina.
Oh my god.
Chris, if you're listening to this and you join, that has to be. That's how you have to do it now.
That's
God,
almost
I love
as
it.
good as my mods when I was DMing for her and a couple friends. We talked her into doing Sirius Black. She was basically Sirius Black.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so good. So
really good.
Derek is in chat. I don't know if he's actually in chat, but he is in chat. So if he's listening, you'll probably get a DM for a link for Discord. Please
Indeed.
let them in. Garrett.
Darret.
I was randomly get a DM from Derek going, send this to him.
Well, I was streaming yesterday and I asked Derek if he wanted to be part of it, and he didn't really, he said that D&D isn't really for him, but I
Dev
think,
was here.
Devin's here. She's been here.
honestly, I thought it said Derek, not Devin.
Both of them are in my chat right now.
It's somebody I know, so.
Yeah. So this,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, you can message Devin.
message
Yeah,
JC
I'll message. Yeah, you can message me with the link so I can forward it on, or I can just message you later about it.
See, in our time of need, it's Devin who is here for us.
Perfect.
Which is why Derek will always be the shit in the shit show.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's fire.
Poor Derek.
That's our intro to anytime a raid is done.
It's been done, JC. You should have a link.
Hey, let's
I got
go.
it.
Thank you, Devin.
And
Devin's the best.
JC's DM, I think you said his name was Chris. If you want to hop into VC, I can pull you in and you can.
Ooh, we can meet. Oh, excellent.
That's completely up to you.
Oh, no pressure. But it is session 0. I'm just saying, like.
I mean, I know I say I have a hard stop at midnight, but knowing me, I'm probably gonna still be up till 3 a.m.
I think we'll be done well before.
I was like, it's still early. It's still a 2-hour difference, right? Like we're good
Yeah.
on time. Okay.
It's
I got worried there
9:44
for a
Eastern
second.
here.
Sweet. Did my clock stop? We don't change the time here in
What's
Arizona.
everybody's
so.
time zone?
I'm in Arizona, so I'm currently 2 hours behind you. But I think starting maybe this week or next week, I will be 3 hours behind. So.
Thank you.
But I'm
for
behind, so it's fine.
The
Yeah,
6
yeah.
months, Dev.
I'm
Thanks for the
Eastern
follow,
time,
Jet.
So I am.
I can't believe it's been 6
9:45 where
months.
I
Oh
am.
my god.
Same.
I
Same
am-
stack.
I am Central Time.
Oh.
Okay.
So
So you are what 8:45 ish now?
Jets, I don't
8:45
play.
right now,
I
yes.
don't play
Okay.
Tarkov, so you won't ever see me playing
Okay,
that.
so we've got race, class, and background.
So we were going through backgrounds. We kind of tangented
Actually, I
off
think
a
we
bit.
had just finished. I mean, I
Oh,
think
okay.
Raven said that you're a. Oh no, I'm sorry, JC.
Uh,
I don't know what JC
Hang on.
Real
We've got
quick, we're
someone
bringing-
joining.
we're
We've got
bringing
someone joining.
Ooh.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hey, Chris.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome.
So
Welcome.
what's this about a D&D game?
I
my
don't
God,
know.
guys,
We've only
I-
been talking about it for the last hour and 17 minutes.
Don't.
You
No
seem
one.
trustworthy.
No one. It's the Batman.
Yeah, I've been listening along. It sounds interesting.
Batman.
So.
So yeah, everybody, this is Chris. He is. Do you mind if I say where you're from, Chris?
Sure.
He is
Sounds
from the
secret.
Netherlands.
Oh, that's
And
fun.
I know him through the CinemaSins Discord. So
Goedemorgen, if it's morning in your time.
I mean, it's about to be. It's like 3:45, so
It's morning. Yeah, sure.
That's morning.
counts as morning.
Do you
Awesome.
prefer Chris or Cross or?
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
look-
Chris is fine.
Okay.
Okay.
Just for my notes because I'm terrible with names, so I write everything
Oh, no,
down.
very excited.
Right. I could
Welcome
just
to our
change
own
my
little...
name to
What's
put
your
my
name, Chris?
actual name
Thanks
down.
for popping in.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. I love it. Awesome. So you are looking essentially a cleric role or healer, I guess I should say.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening along and I heard you guys say that there were some concerns about the amount of healing that was available.
Yes.
So it's basically the same that I did with Dave's own campaign, where I just sat and waited to see what was like left open.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have a caster in that campaign, so I just played a wizard.
Hey, okay.
So yeah, I've really been in like that forever DM situation where I'm at the point where I'm like, I will take anything to play.
I told you. I know. I love it. I'm like, anytime the DM wants to step in, it's like it's that DM itch. It's like, please let me play. Like, I just want to play.
It's
Yeah.
automatically a yes because I can't say no to a forever DM. My sister in mod is also a forever DM.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's funny when I mentioned to Chris that I was thinking about DMing my own campaign. He just went, "When?"
Tell me
When it-
time, I will make it work.
Exactly.
Oh, I love it. Well, awesome. Thank you. Welcome, Chris.
Thank you.
Cyberstag is our DM here. So, yeah. I mean, well, you said you were listening, so you're probably already kind of caught up on the steps that we've been taking for this session. So.
Yeah, I've been listening along and seeing you guys sort of like rounding out your
JC
party.
is lurking Jets, so he may see
yeah.
that in a second.
Developing some ideas. Honestly, like I have no idea of what like the setting is like or anything. So.
Oh no, we
haven't gone over that.
Yeah, we haven't. Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, so essentially, a lot of those in our the Moco community have also not played D&D before, so we're kind of going like on a step by step just to kind of explain it out as well, just in very kind of basic terms, so that we can kind of bring a spotlight to D&D within our community, because I think a lot of them would do really well in it personally. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm one of those people who thinks that everyone should have played D&D at one point in their life.
Oh yeah, I'm so upset that it took me as long as it did to start, because as soon as I played my first one, I was like, God, I would have been such
I'm
a
in love,
cooler
yeah.
kid if I
Yeah.
if I was younger and I knew that this was a thing that I could have done. Like, it would have probably changed the trajectory of my life. Like, are you like to have this outlet would have been amazing. So yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of expanding the community for sure.
Real quick, Jets in the chat. Yes, this is that same Chris.
Ooh,
Yes, that is me.
Wow, the
what
name
is
drop.
this thing there?
That is Chris Backinson.
Chris
Yes,
Ba-
that is Backinson. Yes, Jets.
I see my reputation precedes me.
Oh,
Oh
Apparently.
wait, that's Jets. Yeah, I know Jets.
especially
Yeah,
with
no Jets.
Jets. That's fascinating to me.
Well, Jets came from the CinemaSins people as well, so.
That's true. That's true.
Okay. I
The
didn't
That
know.
makes more
nepotism
sense
release.
Yes, now it makes more sense. I meant in general, it's like, of course, Jets is going to know like people from random spots. Like that's just what he does.
That's just Jets.
Yeah, like
That's just how Jets rolls.
Fascinating, awesome. So, all right, sorry, Cyberstack, but we want to continue with our.
Can we just get an idea for race for Chris's character so that
Oh, right, because you were doing the
for my
art, yes.
poor drawing
Yes.
sake?
Oh, well, yeah. So, what would be the most interesting, knowing that you're going to draw something?
Okay, so
Oh.
we have all over the board right now. We have a raccoon, a dragonborn, warforged, and a high elf. Pick whatever you want.
We don't have, I will say the raccoon is short. I was like, we don't have any of the small boys or girls, but we do have a raccoon, so.
Right. Well, I was thinking of going the opposite direction. I was thinking maybe Loxodon.
Ooh.
Oh god, I've never. What is a loxodon? Because I
It's an elephant person.
It's an elephant.
man.
Oh, you really want to kill me. JC, how long did it take me to draw the raccoon head?
It did take you a while to draw the raccoon head, yes. And I will also say, Chris, I will say this about Golden. When you ask her to do something, she will go and above and beyond.
Okay, just
Okay.
for the people watching stream, hang on. Let me pull up the two characters that I have
Yes.
driven or drawn.
Let's go.
Hang
away.
on.
Also, I love Loxodon. So that's from is it Magic the Gathering when they got into D&D?
Yes, the Ravnica.
Okay, yeah.
book, I think.
Yeah, the rat. Okay.
You know, we're just totally gonna shart on my own stream here. Thank God my mom
Chris,
went to
just so
bed.
you know, sharding is a term they use in Moco for sharing art. I just realized Chris has never heard this before, so
I will add that to my lexicon. That is very good.
that might be important to share.
The Loxodon with the lexicon.
Yep.
I'm trying to.
I also like how Golden Bear just went make Golden work for it when it came to the art.
Wait, what?
In your chat, Bear just said make Golden work for it.
I totally missed that chat because I was trying to get this pulled up here. No, that's just my mod and my sister being my mod and my sister.
Yep.
No,
Oh, yeah.
they do not want to completely kill me. I do still work a full-time job. Alright, is that gonna... Oh,
I
that's
think we got a
big.
little off the rails
That's
there.
so big. Hang on. And it's... This is
Oh
working
god,
well.
is it killing your stream?
No, it's just I completely flipped it. He's on his head right now.
Oh god, yes, that's huge.
Ironically enough, that's how the Loxodon's gonna fill the
Why
screen.
don't you bring up the one that I made smaller for you?
And now he's upside down.
Because that's the first one I grabbed. And he's the wrong
upside
way
down.
here now. Okay, hang on. We're working. Okay, that's one. I'm just
Oh,
borking
boy.
my stream, you know? I can do
There we
this. Image number 2.
Oh, it's so good.
There he is.
Yeah.
JC, did you say this was Musket, or was that just what Golden put on the file name?
No, his name is Musket, and it's part of the backstory that I came up with him.
That's awesome.
So
Because I was about to say, when it comes to the background, Musket is also a criminal spy because he has a joint background with Golden's character.
Yep.
Ooh.
See, we
It's like,
pressured for
they've
this
known each other
D&D to
for-
happen. We pressured for this D&D to happen so that we could do this.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Okay.
excited for that.
Okay, is this one going to be humongous as well, or is it going to not pull?
And Chris, fair
off?
warning, since your character is going to be a Loxodon, therefore it's going to be huge, there is a 99% chance at some point my character is going to climb him like a tree and leap at an enemy off of him.
Actually, I mean, looking at
the Guildmaster's Guide to Ravnica, it's actually
medium.
not that huge. I mean, 7 to 8 feet tall is still,
Yeah.
you know, like
Oh, it's like Minotaur. Yeah, it's like
Yao
Minotaur
Ming,
status.
but
Yeah.
I'm half tempted to
that's-
nix the elephant because I don't want to draw the elephant.
I mean, I feel very comfortable giving you a veto right on that. If you
Yeah,
that's a bridge too far, I will like.
I'm gonna say it is just because I've got, what is it, 4 other characters on top of that I don't think I could get it finished in time.
Lolly, no.
What did Lolly say?
Pick your character? Right.
Huh. A turtle?
About
Some,
climbing, like, talking about
Golden
character
Barra
climbing
said,
is
what
like
about a
tree.
turtle?
I feel like a turtle would be harder to draw than a loxodon.
Yeah. Well, here's the question then. Golden, what would, give a range, give an option of races that you would feel comfortable with the time frame, and then
I
they
can do
choose-
humanoid characters, so anything like elven, human,
So can
like those I can do quick. The raccoon took me a week and a half to do, but granted, I'm a perfectionist, and yeah, that just happened.
So what if it's just a humanoid creature with really big ears and a really long nose? Just kidding.
She really wants this
kidding.
elephant.
No,
Really
I
wants it.
did
I
that
like
to be
the
troll.
I like the
did
idea
that.
that Toast
I'm
just put on here.
kidding.
Can the Loxodon throw the raccoon?
Don't
Well,
put
any the Dragonborn can throw the raccoon.
This is true. This is true.
Yeah, there's a great. I'll have to find the image, but there's a great little I guess it's like a backpack, but it's where the smaller character will stand in the harness behind it, on the back, and then it's excellent. You have to see it. I don't describe it very well. But yeah, I mean, if you just so I don't know. I guess any of those humanoids are good to go. I can make someone. So Bara. How do you say that?
Baraboya.
Baraboya. I can make a list of all humanoid creatures if you want.
Barry,
Yeah,
I love you.
yeah, exactly. Give some options. Let's. This is what session 0 is all about, right? It's just hashing it out and seeing let's see what works.
Yeah, I mean, I have a fairly good idea of the overview of races. Just a question in terms of character creation.
Mm-hmm.
Are we using the optional rules for Tasha, where you can assign your ability scores randomly, or
I think we did the point system.
So I prefer point buy because it makes things more balanced.
Sure, but I'm talking about the race ability increases. There's an optional rule in Tasha that you can assign them where you want them instead of the racial, the set racial bonus.
Yeah, I don't do that. If that's how it is in for the regular races, and I'd like it to be assigned that way, just so it's more uniform.
Right. Okay. So if we're going for default rules,
At default.
Yeah, default rules. I'd probably like a hill dwarf.
Ooh.
Dwarf cleric, yeah, that'd work.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a dwarf.
Dwarves
what
are
would be-
doable.
Yeah, they're short, but they're wide, so it's just basically as much to draw as
It's
tall.
Yeah, I'm
basically,
saying- and then
it's
depending on how
basically the
glorious
raccoon.
I'm
but
saying,
without the
or-
raccoon.
Depending on how
Raccoon
glorious their
except
beard
broader.
is as well. That's another factor.
Yeah, I think hill dwarf
Hildor would be fun.
works.
That'd be
Oh,
great.
yeah.
Right?
Hildorf. Okay, let me write that in my notebook here. So I have it. Yeah, and I'll be DMing. In fact, let me do this real quick before I forget. I'm just going down the list. So
Friend
that it's
request.
easier.
Incoming. Yep, there we go.
Easier to find you all.
It's I could sense it. I could sense it.
I was like, I'm gonna have to
Makes more
DM all
sense,
you
yeah.
guys.
For sure.
Hi, Argon. People just popping up into stream. I'm like, oh, I'm meeting people.
Yay. Hello.
And thank you for the
So,
resub.
question for my personal accounting: will I be forced to try a Scottish accent?
I'm going
It's up to you.
No, I'm going to attempt an Irish one per Skippy's request. So, well, not request, her choice. So your Scottish accent cannot be any worse than my attempted Irish. So please feel free.
All right. Lean into it.
It's literally if you want to do an accent, go for it. If you don't.
I mean, it's a fantasy dwarf.
I was just gonna say that's always what I say. They're like, that doesn't sound. I'm like, yeah, you know what? Dwarves aren't even Scottish because Scotland doesn't exist in this world. So
I was gonna say, so any
like,
any accent you do will be accurate to this world, not to the live world.
Yes,
That is
100%.
absolutely true.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
For a boy,
It's not funny. I've got school.
All of the humanoids.
That's like a Manchester accent, though, Skippy.
Wally also did make a good point, Chris. You did do a pretty good Scottish accent when you did it in our campaign.
Yeah, but here's the thing: I don't remember what I did.
Good point. That's an issue.
It's like
It can't
6
be any worse than the one
Honestly,
I tried that was jumping all over the place.
I feel like everyone else except you might be American, so you could do like a Dutch accent and like, which is just you speaking normal English, and we'd be like, "Wow, he's doing an accent, great."
Yeah, but this is me like trying to hide.
Your default accent is an accent to us, so you're good to go.
True. Yeah, I could just make it worse.
I'm still trying to get this other picture up because it's being a pain in the
Yorkshire. Oh, okay. Noted, Skippy. Noted. Okay.
Oh, going Yorkshire? Oh God.
No, because she quoted like remember when the elf on the shelf drew on that girl's face. So it's not funny. We've got school.
Though I gotta be honest, the idea of a Dutch person doing a Scottish accent sounds incredible.
It sounds French kiss.
Increasingly hilarious.
I love it.
Whatever works for you, you know? Like
yeah.
I'm probably not going to match accents for if I play characters of the same race.
That only took me way too long to get up.
Cyberstag, what does your goblins? Do they have an accent?
No, they just talk with a
Oh, that's amazing! I love it.
Accent.
Oh, it's a goblin version of Jets. I love it.
All right, there we've got our drawn pictures up.
Yep, right.
That's what I've gotten so far.
Ooh,
that looks
like
great.
those.
Oh, do you guys want to? Because I did do a mock-up of what the... Why is it not doing the talking bubble? Because it's not set up right now. Hang on. Let me get the right link here. Because it's not using the right link.
Who is that?
Who is whom?
On your stream. Is that your character?
Yep.
That's her character.
That's such good art. I love it.
Yeah, Golden's good at art.
Okay.
Dang, man.
There it goes. It's working.
Golden's got the skills.
Yeah, no shit.
So yeah, we've got our talk bubble that turns green when we talk, but that's the mock-up right now.
That's good, yeah.
Nice.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Ooh, yep.
Jets must apparently have us on mute.
That's cool.
Who's the hot chick?
That's why I said Jets must have us on mute.
Oh my god. Okay, and we're taking that away now. I'm going to be doing so much art in the next few days.
You got this, Golden.
I just need to figure out who I'm doing next because I have ideas coming for our DM and for our Warforged, and I don't know which one I want to do.
You always roll D20 and see if it's even or odd.
Flip a coin.
I got a D20 in my hand, rolling it around right now.
What are we rolling? I'm sorry. My brain just went
Which one you
black.
start, even or odd? Like, this is going to be Raven's character, even or odd?
Odd.
You say odds, I'll give it odd. We go the Warforged first. That is a 15, so
Let's go.
Guess
tells you what to do.
I
Well,
guess
let's
I'm
go.
doing Ravens.
Sorry, I
Get
just
the hard
if you
one
give
out
me
of the way.
When in
if
doubt,
you
roll it
give me
out.
even or odd, I'm always going to choose odd. Like
Fair.
because it's
See,
a descriptor as
But
well
the
as a number.
thing
Like,
is, JC, I'm the one drawing, so I should have been the one to roll. And I rolled a 17, so we're still doing it.
Dice agree.
Yeah, let's
the
go.
dice have spoken. The dice gods have spoken. Also, this brings up a question that I just thought of right now. Are we rolling our physical dice, or are we using a program like Roll20 or Fantasy Grounds, or what is our plan for that?
As I said, I don't really, I don't really care. If you want to do it, virtually on your own computer, I trust whatever results you
Okay.
give me.
But are we using a system like are we just theater of minding it, or are we using a program to see
For
something?
maps and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, no, none of that. I don't have anything like that.
Roll 20
Yeah,
is free.
That's fine.
It's gonna be all,
Theater of the mind is
it's gonna
good.
be all in your head.
No,
fine.
that's I've
Fine.
yeah, I'm completely fine with that. I just want to make sure that I didn't know if I know certain ones. There's so many out there that they have to be downloaded and set up and blah blah blah. So I just want to make sure that that wasn't a thing that we had to do.
I've tried those other ones. I'm just not a fan. I've kind of found that I like just talking through it and not.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, I also don't get too bogged down on the details. So as far as combat goes. So
Okay.
Well,
I'm
and
not
the
really-
beauty of that is that if it actually gives us the players more freedom, because if you've
Exactly.
created a map that you really spent a lot of time on, you're going to want to get your players there one way or another. Whereas if it's just theater of the mind, like we can just literally kind of explore, and you can have just about the same amount of leeway that we have. So I am completely okay with that, for sure.
Oh, well, good. I'm glad that you're okay with it.
Oh,
Yeah,
I did.
Sorry, I didn't want to make that seem like it was like a
sorry.
pompous.
I tried to make that. I tried to make that sound funny, and it turned out sounding condescending instead.
No.
We'll get used to each other's humor. It's fine. I'm very sarcastic and also dry humor, but when someone does it back to me, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, what? Like, but yeah, no, we good. We're good. We good.
Okay. If we're all good with that, Chris, think about your background. You don't have to get back to me on that immediately. Just have that in mind.
You mean just the options from the PHP?
Yeah.
Probably going to be Acolyte.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. So with that being done, we should probably get into selecting ability scores. So everybody probably knows and understands their ability scores by now. So we're going to use the point buy system for everyone to determine the skills of their character, their base skills. You can then, apply the bonuses after you've bought your ability score. You can then add your any bonuses that you might get for your race on top of that at no extra charge. So like if you have a 15 and you get like a +2 to something, you don't have to apply an extra, like 4 to 5 points in order to get it bumped up to 17, is what I'm trying to say. Well, does anybody not understand how point buy works?
Just to make sure, the class bonuses and everything that's after 2 is, right?
Class bonuses are also after that.
Yeah.
Ability scores have to come before everything else.
Okay, so you point by the abilities. I just wanted to make sure I did mine. Like, you point by your base, and then you add everything that comes with class and race after.
Right. It's kind of meant that you're supposed to roll your for some reason you're supposed to roll your ability scores first
and then like create your race and class after that. I personally think that's silly, although I suppose it does allow for min-maxing. So if but I mean, like, you can do that same thing with any video game. Like in the games, you always choose your race and class first, and then your ability scores. So for this, I'm going to let everyone have 30 points rather than 27 points to spend on your ability scores. So
that means I have to change something.
Yep.
It also means I need to figure out how Roll20 can adjust point buy. Well, not Roll20, but D&D Beyond.
You can just go in and change the amount that you rolled to what your stat would be with the point system.
I mean, you should just be able to, like, backspace and just enter your new score, right?
You have to go into the edit the sheet, but yes.
Right.
See, I love D&D Beyond because it does all my math for me.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so with 30 points and with your strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, and charisma abilities, you should all have, like, around like a score of 13. But maybe, you have some that are like 12, 11, or 10. When you have like maybe one or two abilities that are above that. So once you've sort of allocated, if anybody wants help with allocating their ability scores, feel free to hit me up. But after you've done that, just send me what you've got, and I'll just do the math real quick to double check your work.
Okay. Let's see.
I'm just trying, because you just gave me 3 extra points here that I have to figure out how to allocate.
I was gonna say, yeah. So sorry. So
that's how I was trying to do that.
Hashtag sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. So can you explain
powerful.
that again though? Just because I don't want to misinterpret anything. So we just get 3 extra points to put wherever.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure because that feels it's very generous, but I feel like
it still has to be like using the table. So
of course, yes.
So going from like 13 to 14 is going to go from 5 to 7, and then
Absolutely. Okay. Mm-hmm. We are level 2, correct?
Yep, we're level 2.
Okay. This is so exciting for me because as much as it is about Skippy learning about D&D through this, I am learning through about like spell slingers, and I'm very excited to learn about to that side of things.
Do you just want me to take a picture of my character sheet on D&D Beyond, Zvi, and send it on to you?
You can just send him the link.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Lord, you could even just like take a screenshot of the scores, and then send that to me.
Oh, I'll just type it.
See, there's a 5e point buy calculator that I just went online to search, and I'm just doing it that way.
I am doing that same thing.
I'm like, where do I want to put these extra few to get up to 30? Oh.
I'm sending my character sheet just onto you as a link, Zvi.
All right.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
Although I do have a question for you when it comes to like if we talk about like proficiency in languages.
Well, I have a really quick question for community wise. Okay, DM, can you explain even in just like one sentence the schools of magic that we have to choose from as a wizard? So that Skippy may choose our magic class.
Sure. Let me just grab the book real quick.
Yeah. No rush. But I made sure that Skippy was here to listen, to hear kind of because again, as much as I'm new to this is I'm just about as new to it as she is, honestly. So, but I want to make sure that we get a we're being making magic. That's true Skippy style right there.
Okay, I just DM'd the scores that I just fixed. If you got a second.
Okay, I'll look at them I'll look at all of your scores and stuff in a second. Let me just quickly
All right,
Yeah,
Skippy,
go through
you've
these
got yeah. I love that this is a
Alright,
Skippy
so,
fork two-headed wizard.
for Skippy.
Oh my god, don't. I'm not going to draw a two-headed wizard.
It's like a ghost head.
Oh
It's
my
As
God.
hilarious as that would
literally
be.
That would be
it's
awesome.
literally a ghost head that's just there, and I'm just like, stop talking to me. I got this.
I
Okay,
should
but what do you want to
probably-
do? What do you want to do? Okay, I'll do it if you want to do it. Okay, let's go.
I should probably ask what everyone's genders are for their characters, just to make it so I can draw them
Perfectly clear.
well.
I mean, Dragonborn is pretty neutral, honestly, but I don't know how my Irish accent will come across. I'm guessing probably. I mean, I'm pretty feminine in IRL, so I imagine that will come across that way.
So you're thinking femme? So if
Probably,
I start
yeah.
drawing yours, I can go
Yeah,
femme?
just give me. I mean, it's a Dragonborn, so if you give me like really long lashes, it'll just be Derek as a dragon, probably.
What if I want to give you boobs?
You do you, boo.
Okay.
We're entering
no,
the
no,
Dragon Balls have boobs conversation again. Oh dear.
Honestly, like I'll DM you. Like I'll see how my voice sounds with an accent, and I'll see what I kind of want to play, and I can DM you all the info for your.
That sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, for the art, for sure.
Raven, is yours just gender neutral?
Male.
Thank you.
Yep.
Seeing as yours is next. I'm not asking the DM because the DM's the way I'm gonna draw it isn't gonna matter. Chris,
I'm just a.
are you male or femme?
Who was that for? Sorry.
That was for Chris. Sorry, I have a pop tart in my mouth, so I'm trying not to chew on stream.
Yeah, we're gonna keep it male.
Male? Okay.
I can't do a Scottish accent and sound feminine at the same time.
You do one or the other.
Yeah. You can attempt one or the other.
We're gonna just see what my accent becomes when we start, because I'm like sitting here like, maybe I'll try this, and then I'm like, you know what? It's just gonna be what it's gonna be. And
yeah, 100%.
Because of my background, I'm kind of thinking there's just not gonna be a common accent. It's just gonna constantly fluctuate.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to go for more like a gruff sandpapery accent, but I also very much feel like if I were to try to do that, I'm going to need to have plenty of water, or else I'm gonna have a sore throat by the end of the night.
Yeah, that's fair.
But it also fits the character and his flavor.
Also, just real quick, Chris, because you are in the Netherlands, and you are looking to be I think maybe a core member. Do the times work for you as far as like this time frame?
I basically live and exist on an American schedule as it is.
Yeah, that's about to say. Chris's
okay. I just want to make sure
hours are very American.
Okay. Yeah. I just want to make sure that so that you didn't feel like you had to like push yourself to make our sessions or anything like that. So
no, absolutely not. It's like Sunday is a good day for me regardless. So
yeah, well, we're trying to shoot 9 p.m. to midnight, Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
Which I don't, is that GMT for the Netherlands or?
CET.
So the one right before GMT.
Or right after?
I don't know.
It's another plus
GMT, I think, is like England.
Netherlands is further east than England, so...
Yeah.
Like it's 4:18 right now in Amsterdam. It's 3:18 in London, if that helps anybody.
Okay, yeah, so it's an hour ahead of GMT.
Oh, 7 hours.
Excellent. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Chris could fly over here and be like, what's this jet lag you guys complain about?
Yeah, but if I go back, it like hits me double, I think.
Maybe.
Whereabouts? You don't have to... Are you north or south in the Netherlands?
Fairly central, I think.
Okay. I went a handful of times in the early years, I guess, of the pandemic, like before the pandemic, to Utrecht a handful of times and really enjoyed it there. So.
Yeah, I went to school there. Utrecht is very nice.
Okay, yeah. It was always described to me as like Amsterdam light. I never really explored Amsterdam. I just always got there from the airport and then went straight to Utrecht. But big fan of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's always Utrecht is usually the city we say like if you want to be a tourist in the Netherlands and experience Amsterdam, but you don't want to experience other tourists, go to Utrecht.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, okay. Awesome. Very cool. But even just saying that, I'm like, oh man, if I could go anytime soon.
That's what I'm like. I'm just like, I just want to get out of America.
It was
Amsterdam. Well, the Netherlands is very much a country that is on my list of places to go to one day.
Gosh, yeah, it's a
Netherlands,
dream.
Scotland, Ireland.
Oh
Those
yeah,
are my big ones.
Hell yeah.
oh yeah.
Can I just do a cruise around all three?
Actually,
Sure,
you could.
Possibly.
Actually, yeah.
It's the same as doing like a 3-state tour, I think. They're not all.
Well,
that
my
big.
other bucket list is to put my foot in every state in the United States. That's going well so far.
Whereabouts? So, Golden, remind me which region you were in?
I'm in upstate New York.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
literally right above the Pennsylvania border.
Okay. So it's cold where you're at right now.
No, it's 70 degrees today. I was not complaining.
Right?
Dang, that was warmer than Arizona.
Jeez.
Today,
it's like
anyway.
58 outside for me right now.
What is it outside right now? It's 57 for me. Yeah, I had to shut my windows because it got really damp.
Okay, yeah, it's about the same here. It's 54. So you're getting some desert loving right now.
I'm so done with snow.
Man, and yeah,
here's a nice 70 degrees, or for Chris about 20.
Oh, that's right. Everything is.
Convert to Celsius.
Yeah, yeah.
Safe.
We'll be at 30 by June. I would actually I wouldn't be surprised if we got up to 30 degrees Celsius by like May. Honestly, at this point.
Fork, I just DM'd you.
Yep, I got it.
Breakdown.
Perfect. Awesome. Yeah, I will send these to the skipsters, and we can. How do I? Where are my friends? Where? No, seriously, where are my friends?
And Bear is even farther north. She's almost to the Canadian border, and she was able to go outside in a t-shirt and leggings today. My mod was.
Let's go. Yeah.
I mean, I was climbing because I was putting a seat cover on my car today, and I was like, okay, I need shorts to do this. I was sweating.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Dare. I think this is the first time I've actually seen you talk in my chat.
Friendamon, welcome. Hey, we needed a fucking Discord link like half an hour ago. Thanks.
Don't worry, Dev
got it. Devin got it.
Yeah, Devin got it.
Devin handled it all.
Yeah, she was here for us in our time of need.
Pretty sure she's still.
She been here.
Lurking.
She been here.
I'm very tempted to bring my art stuff over right now because.
No one's going to stop you from not doing that on stream, but I do think we need to get back to the task today.
Yeah, we need to get back
of course.
to it.
Yeah.
Much like any good D&D session, it got derailed very fast.
Yep, typical. Which is why I'm not pulling the art away, because my brain will turn off and I will just go into art mode.
Honestly, I'm still stuck on how I'm supposed to have a 30-point buy somewhere. Like, everything's stuck on 27, so how do I...
The one that I used allowed me to go over 30. Let me pull it back up here and I can DM it to you.
And I think there was an option to also, like, go over, like, the maximum that you can buy for. Number you can buy for.
That's
and I think once you set it, you can always go back in and edit afterwards, I believe, as well.
Yeah, I had to, on a D&D Beyond, I just had to, like, figure out exactly where I wanted to put more points and how many points it would cost by, like, subtracting from some and then seeing how much more it would take to get to there.
See, I had a couple stats that were already low. And And so I was like, well, I'll just boost those up because I still want when I had rolled this character, because I rolled them first before we did the point buy, I had rolled pretty evenly across the board, so I was like, I kind of want to keep that. And then with the point buy, I was like, well, I have to lower some stats, so I went by logic.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this lets me go over. All right.
I don't know if Stag knows they're muted or not, because they've been muted for a while.
No, I'm just eating, so I didn't want to.
No ASMR?
Yeah, it's not coming through if you are.
Some of us, not me specifically. Some of us
I don't want you guys to hear me chewing.
Now I will say,
I was literally just eating a Pop-Tart, so.
Fair.
Was it the Eggo Pop-Tart?
No, it was cookies and cream.
I had a coworker of mine try the Eggo Pop-Tarts, and he said they were terrible.
Yeah, I saw them and I was like, I am curious, and I messaged in Moco, I was like, I feel like a war has been declared. It's like, yo, Eggo, guess what? I'm Pop-Tarts. I'm gonna get in on this breakfast situation going on, and we're just gonna creep in on you. Like, I don't know. I feel like it was a war declared. Oh, I heard a noise.
Yeah, that was loud.
Someone
thanks for the
subscribed
follow.
or followed or something.
Yeah, Stag
Let's
just
go.
followed. That just made me jump.
Let's go.
Deb has already broken me today because she resubscribed for 6 months, and
let's go.
She was my first subscriber when I.
She's been here.
She my girl.
Devin is 100% a rogue. You're like, she's not here. No way. And she's like, yo, what's up? I heard you were talking shit. You're like, oh hey, what's up?
That Nat 20 stealth roll.
I was at Skippy's stream probably last week, I guess, or maybe a couple weeks ago. And we were kind of talking shit about her, and she's like, "Hey, what's up? I heard something." And we're like, "No one said your name."
About you.
Literally, no one said Devin. We were just talking about her, but we're not like with proper nouns, and she knew. So that was awkward.
That sounds.
She knows. Right. Devin knows. So okay, so let's see. So
where were we?
No, well, I'm working on my character sheet. I'm trying to decide because again, like I've never played a wizard, so I don't, and I've never really played spell slingers before, so I don't really know a lot about the magic schools. Honestly, like I know like necromancy I know that one, but all the other ones I don't really like. Illusion kind of makes sense to me, but all the other ones I'm just reading up on seeing like. Which spells go with which school, I guess.
This is where I pull out
magic that tends to do like a lot of area damage is usually evocation.
Okay.
That's the fireball.
Yeah, like if I could just have
like
if I could have like a one or two either general description or like one or two general spells that are before I move on in D&D Beyond, like if I know like the kinds of things that like abjuration or like if I know that the types of things that these schools do, then I would have a better
you have access to like all of the different kinds of spells. You just have greater access to whichever one you're in.
That helps.
Like,
helps.
That's what the school is meant for.
Okay, so just because I choose one school, I'm not I don't
You're
have
not locked
just
into that
choose
particular
from that
one. It's just cheaper for you to learn those particular spells.
Perfect. Okay, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Okay.
That brings up a question for our lovely DM here. How much of a stickler are you going to be on like having the materials and making sure that like you're stocked up on like ammo and stuff like that?
I'm not really much of a stickler, although I will say this: if like over the course of your adventure, like let's say you get taken captive and all of your possessions get taken from you, obviously that's going to include your your bag of materials. So if you lose your bag of materials,
as with like any weapon you have, you won't be able to use any spells that have materials. So that's as deep as I'm gonna do it. I'm not gonna be a stickler for
Fair, is
did you
that
make
better?
sure you paid like 6 gold to buy this this twig with a red rose on the end of it? Nah, that's not what I'm gonna be doing.
Is it still staticky? I really need to get a new headset, but that's not in the budget for this week.
Okay.
Okay. It's better? Okay.
Well,
Thank you.
Okay. Apparently, D&D Beyond, the version that I have, only offers one option, but I will bypass that later.
My mod said divination is seeing stuff, aka making the DM have fun.
See in the future.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah.
I mean, it depends what spell you've got.
Yeah, no, it definitely
Fair,
helps to
DM
know.
me
Like,
the
for
link.
some reason, I thought I was like, okay, if I pick a school, like that's all I can pull my spells from. So it makes I like that. I don't have that's not a thing.
See, I just would love to see you go. If you're gonna force me to draw this 2-headed dragonborn with a ghosty head.
Listen, I will not force you to do anything. I'm just saying, if you just like did the outline and put it in a wispy way, then it's already done its own work. Is all I'm saying.
If I'm gonna do this, then it would be hilarious if divination was an actual thing and the ghostly head gave you all your visions.
Or
Oh my
necromancy.
God.
I feel like necromancy.
both could go.
Could we make necromancy work with that? Because that's kind of where we're leaning. If I'm being honest, like it's my dead head. She's my dead head.
Oh, in
It's
that case,
fine.
I would have to actually make like a skull on your shoulder.
Oh,
Don't hold me to that.
Oh my god!
Don't
one
hold
of
me
the
to
two
that.
I mean,
heads is-
honestly,
one of the
like
two
I
heads
will
is a dead
fucking like
skeletal head.
I will like.
Oh my God,
I know
that's
you're
iconic.
doing this like for our party, but like I will actually give you money to create
That's
this,
also
by
a
the
thing.
way.
If you guys do end up wanting like a PDF or something of the character that I draw for you, at that point, for you to have it, I would ask for payment. Haven't decided how much yet. But
no, I will pay you to make like
Insert
Skippy a
fry,
skull
shut
for
up
me.
and take my
like,
money.
Yeah, please
Shut up
make
and
a
take
skull.
my money,
If
oh
you-
God.
if you can make Skippy a skull for me, I will 100% pay. Like even if you don't make her skull, like I will pay you.
Skippy, I'm a skull.
Like, I will pay you for this character art. Like I'm not. I appreciate that you're doing this. It's like, hey, like this is a thing I'm going to do, but like also that's a huge thing that you're doing. So I will
Exactly.
100% like send me your information as far as like Venmo or whatever it is that you use. I will 100%.
See, I use PayPal, but I have no idea how to set it up because I've never taken a commission for it. So I will look into that and get back to you.
No, please do. Please do, honestly. Like
Skippy, I have ideas for you for now that you're going to be a skull on the shoulder, so I might DM you for just to surprise fork here.
Oh, that's a big mom move. A big mom move from Skippy. You're like, hey.
I will say, just based on flavor alone, I love the idea of the skull on the shoulder.
I love it. It's because we are going necro. Spoiler, but
Oh my
we are
Lord.
going necro. So like,
So good.
yeah.
Just because
What's
of the
gonna
skull, right?
Yep.
Well, and if
I mean, it makes sense.
anyone that follows Skippy, like we were literally just talking about like skeleton phoenixes or phoenixi. I don't know what the plural of phoenix is.
I think you had it right the first time.
Phoenixes. We'll just edit that part out. But yeah, we were talking about like skulls and like skelly dragons and phoenixes. So it's ironic that that's how this worked out. Is all I'm saying. Amazing. But yeah, anyway, Golden, please, like, I would love to support you in your artistic endeavor for doing this for us. Because honestly, like having your character drawn out for D&D is such a cool thing. Like, it's different than getting it set up on like Hero Forge or anything. Like that's usually what I use, but like to have it hand drawn is completely different, 100%. So
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate that you are offering that option to us for sure.
I just had an amazing idea, and I am now messaging Skippy about it because I need her confirmation on this.
Okay.
Love it. Okay, so all right, so we are
Amazing.
getting our, and this is point buy. Okay. So obviously wizards are super strong every time.
Yes, I would invest in Constitution. Yes.
Constitution. Do not
do
make Constitution the dump stat. That's a bad
It's the
idea.
most
Yeah.
like buff wizard. Like
here's a question for
I
the
did-
DM because I've
I
never
did
played
promise
a
her
wizard.
a buff nerd, so I got to make him a little buff, but not like the most buff for sure. Like we're Dragonborn, it's fine.
Here's a question for the DM. Do all wizards get familiars? Did my mic completely go?
No, I hear you.
No, we heard you. We're just waiting for the answer.
No, I'm just.
He's looking it
sorry.
up.
Chris, you might be able to answer this since you're a wizard in my campaign. Did you see anything about that at all, or?
Yeah, it's a spell. Find familiar.
Oh, so it
So
is
you
a
need-
spell. Okay.
Yeah, so if you know that spell, you can have a familiar. You don't get
Excellent.
a familiar as part of the class.
I was
Okay.
gonna say if it came with the class, the skull on the shoulder as a familiar would be freaking
God,
fantastic.
I will find. I will find. For,
yeah, no familiar for the wizard.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Unless
and
you
that's
have
the
a spell,
that's like I'm really going to do my due diligence in kind of getting familiar with this class because I do know that
Skippy, I DM'd
from
you on
watching the
Discord.
various D&D streams and whatnot that wizards like they have to have spells prepared. It's not something that has to like, oh yeah, no, I know this. Like, no, you have to have it prepared, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
But as long as you have it prepared, like you can cast that any spells you have prepared, you can cast as many times as your spell slots allow.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Excellent. Chris, just out of curiosity, like, do you have a favorite class that you've like if you weren't coming in and be like, hey, I heard you need a cleric. I'm gonna play a cleric. Do you have a preferred class or like a favorite class that you've ever played?
I've barely ever played. I think I've played, counting Davis's campaign that I'm now in. I think I've played like 4 different characters, but 3 of them I've only played one session. So
Gotcha. Wow. Dang.
One of them soon to be 2, though.
yes.
Okay, I think we have Skippy kind of invested in D&D.
She is 100%.
She is 100%.
Yeah, no, please don't kill my character. If you're not killing me, you're killing Skippy. Just remember
We'll see
that.
what the D4 says.
Okay,
what the D4 says, I hate that. But
I have confirmation on Skippy on what the head is going to be, and I'm going to surprise you with it.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Oh, I love it. So, okay, awesome. So, all right. So I need to get this set. Okay. DM, what is the next kind of aside from the point ability scores? What's the next step for us? I'm excited.
I don't think I got everybody's.
Oh yeah.
Where do we send those? Just to DM?
I just DM.
Okay, yeah, I have to send it.
I'm missing for Raven.
Yeah,
and Orc. And
yeah.
All right,
I have to look
one
up
sec.
to see.
I have one question I want to ask that is about like languages specifically. Zvi, would you allow, since Golden and I's characters have been together, like previous to like the party getting together itself, would you allow it to where her character would have, since she's a rogue, would have taught my character Thieves' Cant?
Well, we'll go into the relationship between your various characters at the towards the end.
Okay, that's kind of this question I wanted to ask on that, and we can get to that then.
Am I good to save this? By the way, were you able to look at the stats? Because if I need to change anything, I don't want to save it until you give me the go.
Sorry, I just needed to check cross. Can you say that again?
Am I good to save the point buy that I did?
Yeah, the only one I haven't seen yet is Fork and Raven.
Yeah,
for the racial bonuses.
I will. I'm sending them to you right now because. Okay, so this one we will do.
I just updated the message I sent you.
Yeah, I'm looking at it now. Just double check your work real quick. How much does a 16 cost?
Let me open that back
My
up.
book only goes up.
It was another 3 points from 15.
Okay, so that's 12. Okay.
Because I used the same tool that the others were using.
I couldn't even get to 16 on that tool.
There is a set-in there underneath, like custom settings.
Okay.
You can bump it up from 15 to 16.
Right. Well, I didn't need it anyway.
Okay, so everyone is approved. Just waiting on.
Yeah, I just sent it.
All right, let's see what you got.
I did the Dornal point buy from D&D Beyond, and then added 3 after.
To
that.
What?
So I added it to strength and con and int.
Can you just change those numbers to what they were without the racial bonuses?
Yes. Yep, absolutely. So essentially, I'll send you the ones that I did not, or that I did add it to, if that makes sense. And what did I say? Int.
Argon, do I need
so
to
these
turn
were the
up my
3 that I
mic
added the
on-
extra 1 points to.
Do I need to turn up my mic, or are you?
For 3 total, yeah.
Right.
Oh, I don't even know what Dragonborn even does, which is fine. It doesn't really affect what I'm doing, but.
I think the default is +2 to strength and 1 to charisma, if I am remembering correctly, but I'm looking it up now.
I was gonna say, like, if it was to my strength, that's really, like, I was real
Okay,
low.
Argon, thank you.
I did not put a lot into my strength, so if that does play into it, perfect. Because I tried to make
players. I'm looking it up now. Player's Handbook says +2 to or +2 to strength, and then +1 to charisma.
Dang! So without being a Dragonborn, I would have been real weak because my +2, like, it was so bad. Ooh.
Well, I'm the one with the 8 strength right now, so.
All right, yeah, I definitely, I would not, I would not normally put my strength.
You're short 3 points.
I am.
I think so.
Okay.
I was gonna say I have a strength of 12.
This equals up to 20. This equals up to 27, not 30.
Okay. I mean, like I said, I went up. Okay. I will. I guess just add to those the last 3 that I sent you. I will just add 1 to those, honestly. So strength, I guess, would be up to 12. Yeah, we'll do. I'll do that right now. 12, and then con would be that. Oh no, not 25. And then it would be okay. So that should, I just added 1 to the ones that I would have added 1 to anyway.
I'm confused. Are these with bonuses, or are these after adding?
No. So you said that I was 20. You said that I was 3 off. So I just went with.
Can you delete your previous just delete all of these and just and give me what you've got, because I'm
okay.
struggling
Yeah. No, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of So let me do that. Okay. So this might actually.
And don't apply the racial bonuses to number you give me.
Okay.
This is the one part that I need to be a bit of a stickler about, only because, like, the difference between 1 point can.
No, absolutely. No, I agree. I just want to make sure that the extra point that you are giving us, that I'm doing that correctly. So.
Well, I'm also explaining that to chat as well.
Oh, okay. See if this makes sense. I did it without any bonuses, just with the 3 points. So that may have been my mistake in the get-go.
Okay, so I'm just thinking on prices.
All right, now
here.
they're too high all of a sudden.
Okay, I took out the racial bonuses. I just did. I did what I have on D&D Beyond straight, plus the 3 extra points is all I did.
Do you want the calculator just to make it so you can just put in what you have and change it from there?
No, shit, hang on, I messed up. Fuck. Is there like a cool music song that you can play to, or something we can talk about in the meantime?
Oh, I was actually gonna ask, price-wise for the art, because I've never priced art, and I'm just trying to get an idea here. If I were to do, like, for my character, if I charged 40 for that, because it's more of a basic character, and then for something more like Musket, if that was 60, does that sound fair?
Absolutely not. How dare you? Just kidding. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. That was a terrible joke. Yeah, I think whatever you... Yeah, I think...
You're the artist. You
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I'm just trying to
honestly
get an
whatever
idea
you
of what
feel
you
your
guys
time
would
is
pay.
worth.
Yeah.
No, it's what your time was worth. Honestly, like
that's the big thing.
Yeah.
I will say the art I commissioned through TG, specifically of the Dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
That one was $40. That's because in fact it was like a full body.
Well, all of yours will be full body. And Toast, I do use a tablet. My details of the tablet are in my description below stream. Skippy, I'm not gonna charge you extra for that comment. No, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe.
I missed it. Yeah. Skippy.
Skippy's gonna pass.
Skippy. What you don't understand is that I am you and you are me. So if I get charged, you're gonna get charged, my friend.
For the extra head, she's already gonna get charged more for that.
And what's funny is that I have nothing to. Never mind. I'm not gonna say that. What's going on? What? Are my scores right? Did I do that correctly?
Just lower intelligence to 15 should be good.
Okay.
Mod Bear, remind me that I need to make an emote that says "Shut up and take my money." I need that emote apparently.
Okay.
And Plume, I'm playing in it. Cyberstag is our DM.
So I fixed it on.
Just lower intelligence to 15, and then you can.
Oh, I think that's what I meant. Sorry, that's what I that's on the sheet that I'm looking at right now, but I must have misclicked, so I apologize for that.
Wait, for a wizard,
I did not call you dumb.
Wait, for a wizard, isn't intelligence the most important stat to have for a wizard?
For a wizard, yeah.
Yes.
No, I am, but he's wrong. I had it miscalculated for the base, like the basic numbers before.
Gotcha.
Like how point by works.
Yeah. No, we good. I ain't dumb. I'm just stupid.
That's like I have a command because you guys will all notice that I work in a call center 8 hours every day, Monday through Friday.
What's the command? What is it?
Words! Exclamation point words.
On it. Words are hard, so now I speak fluent gibberish.
Yep. And you will.
Oh yeah.
It will happen. It will most definitely happen in the campaign. Okay. Especially this late at night, I'll be going and I'll talk, and then it'll turn into blah 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 blah.
Oh, I would definitely be joining you in the gibberish.
Okay, so we should be good then. That was my mistake. It was like literally the one, the actual one that is intelligence was off by 1. So that's where we're starting our character.
Lolly is Skippy. That's great. Lolly's like not dumb, but if you split brains between 2 heads, a half a brain is inevitable. And then Skippy's like, we share a single brain cell.
I mean, and have you met me and Skippy? Because like we are not doing so. We're not going off on the best foot here. But listen, I'm just cosplaying for Skippy, so I apologize for her.
I'll also say I don't know what tools everyone is using, but I noticed on D&D Beyond for alignment, there's no unaligned. So I just set my character to neutral right now.
Yes, I did the same to neutral.
Okay. Bear, do we have that command? Or are you setting that command up as we speak? Because you're the best mod in the world. Is it bad as the streamer? I depend more on my mods to actually understand what Nightbot's doing than I do.
I don't know that. I don't think that's bad.
Oh, I love that! I love that, Bear! She just did a new command for me for my equipment, and she said,
that's
Golden
lit.
doesn't just draw with her paws, she uses my tablet, and then I use either Krita or Eclipse Studio. Gotcha, Bear. See, she wrote out all my commands because my brain went, nope. The only one I did was my lurk command, and my unlurk command. She did the rest because she's an amazing mod that I really should be paying. If I start taking commissions, I'll consider it, Bear.
Shut up and take our money, Bear.
Okay, so sorry, I think we're done actually. So now that everybody's ability scores are approved. Okay, so now that we have your ability scores, you've all applied your various bonuses to it. Now let's go into equipment. So each of you under your class section, there is a little spot. Is it? It's right underneath proficiency. It's called equipment. You start with the following equipment, which you can have. Oh, and your background will also sometimes give you extra equipment as well. So, for an example, let me scroll over to the bard.
Here's my question, real quick, because I'm doing the multi-class of the monk and the rogue. Would I get the equipment for both?
No, whichever one you chose
Did first. Okay. Not that
Yeah,
it matters,
so,
because I'm going to be
no.
using the same for both.
Yeah, you'll probably want to go with the monk stuff though, because like there are monk
Short swords
rules.
are proficient in both monk and in rogue. So I can.
All right. Yeah. So just as long as it's stuff that isn't banned by one. So, like for an example, the bard, you can choose from either a rapier, longsword, or any simple weapon. You get the diplomat's pack or the entertainer's pack, which is referenced in equipment section. You can have a lute or any other musical instrument. You also receive leather armor and a dagger. That's an example. Everybody make sure that you see your proficiencies as well. Lets you know what weapons, tools, armor you can use with all of your proficiency bonus, which is referenced in the little table referring to your class. And you also get a proficiency in saving throws. So, for an example, the bard has saving throw proficiency in dexterity and charisma. So, on top of adding your ability score to that, you can also add your proficiency bonus to it. And then for skills, you have a certain number of options as well that you can choose to be proficient in. So, for an example, the wizard can choose 2 from either Arcana, History, Insight, Investigation, Medicine, and Religion. You can choose 2 of those, add your proficiency bonus to them on top of the ability bonus.
So D&D Beyond did this all for me when I set this up in the first place, as I'm looking through, because I'm looking at my handbook and checking it with D&D Beyond. The only thing I have a question is, for my equipment, I am only given 1 short sword. If I would have said that I had bought 1 or inherited 1, so I have 2, would that be okay?
So your background also provides you with some extra gold. So if you start off with the money, then you can afford to buy 1, which I don't see why you wouldn't. A short sword is only like 10 gold. A short sword is 10 gold. So if you can afford 1, you can have a second one.
Cool. Now I have to remember where money is on D&D Beyond.
That'll be under
It
like
should be
EP,
inventory.
SP, EP, and CP.
Okay, yeah. I'll just take 10 away from it then. From what I started with.
Mm-hmm.
So does every wait, hang on. All right, so do we want to go with do we want to start filling out the skills section yet, or do we want to move on to the equipment that we all have?
Do we? Okay. Are we able to know anything about our setting that we are kind of diving into?
What would you like to know? Actually, hang on. Let me see if I can pull up a.
Yeah, like if it looks like we're gonna be into like traveling from A to B a lot, like then obviously like survival would be a thing. Or does it look like we're in a cityscape where like maybe stealth would be a thing? Like if we know kind of the setting, maybe it can kind of guide us
starting,
on.
Yeah.
Of knowing kind of what types
I'm
of things.
pulling up a map of the region you'll be in right now. Just need to find the best one.
I was gonna say, if you just want to drop that in D&D, I'll pull it up on stream as well.
Is Wait, hang on. Sorry, I need to grab another book. Right back.
Toast, I'll consider it.
This is working out
I'll
so well.
consider the 5%.
This is gonna be so fun.
I'm so
excited.
For this. Like, I cannot wait for our characters to like just meet and get shit done. Like, I'm so excited.
Wait, getting shit
Oh,
done?
hey,
Surely-
Pinecone! Pinecone has messaged. I just saw it popped up.
That light up too, yeah.
We all been there. No worries. They probably can't hear me, but I'm still gonna say it. Like, no
Chris
worries.
can attest that I've slept through a session 0.
Yeah. Like it happened, my dude. Like we good.
It happens. It's such as life.
It is such a mood. Is like we good. Oh, bless.
Chris will probably tell me later that I horribly mispronounced.
So let's give them the opportunity to because I know how it is to be in that situation. Like, I just need to let me just lament. Let me just say my apologies. But even if they are not warranted, please just let me go. Oh, I love it. I'm glad that they showed up though. I'm super stoked for that.
Bear, we'll discuss. You'll be home this weekend.
I can't get this
weekend, so we'll discuss.
Looks like they're in Pines in the waiting room.
Let's go.
No, they're not. They're in here.
Oh my goodness! I just heard a pine drop.
I am so sorry. I had a really bad day at work. Went to take a nap and slept for 8 hours instead.
It happens. It's all good.
We literally were just saying, like, who was it? Who was it that has done that before?
JC.
Yeah,
I slept all the way through a session 0 before. Chris can attest that.
We'll discuss. We'll
Took a
discuss.
nap, laid down, and slept for 8 hours straight, and I don't know what
you
happened.
earned it, my dude. I'm sure you earned it, my friend. So,
No
worries.
I'm not at all blaming you because I've been there. I was considering sleeping today because I went to a hockey game and got home real late. And then I was like, if I go and take a nap, I'm the one streaming. I can't miss it.
Literally the same. I had like a good hour after Skippy ended her stream. I was like, I could take a nap. I went to lay down. I was like, I can't take a nap. Like, I know me. I know how this is gonna go. I need to force myself to do things. So
I was like, that's just not going to turn out well. And after I was like, and I can be that person who is not going to have a whole bunch of sleep, and I'm just going to be really cranky at work tomorrow, but I'm going to be cranky anyway. So what's
all right.
new?
So we are dying to know, Pine. Who are you playing? We have.
Hang on.
So,
I need to actually write this down. So hang on, let me get this picture up again.
Real quick, Chris, I'm sending the file of the map that Steve just sent the rest of us because you're not in that group chat. So.
Are they not in?
We
Chris,
can
did
add
you not
them.
get the invite?
We can add him, but
Discord.
No.
He's in the Discord. It's just the actual group.
The core players.
Oh, gotcha.
I'll add.
Gotcha.
All right. Fair to let you know I was sending the map onto him.
Well,
I love this fucking world.
I have a base character already ready to go.
I need you to accept my friend request. Okay, there you go. Very good.
I know how Discord works. Come on, man.
Where did I just save this?
Pine, honestly, like, I think just about anything you want to play is open right now. So
I can be a warlock? Or
yeah, sure, why not?
Seriously? Okay, then I already have a character ready to go. I just have to roll for the stats and stuff.
We don't have a warlock. I'm so excited.
Hang on.
This is gonna be awesome.
Hell yeah, let's go.
That's just perfect because that's what I was hoping I could play.
I need another squishy with me in the beginning. So Pine, let's fucking go.
I am a complete squishy.
Let's go.
Good. Let's go.
I'm gonna heal all the squishies apparently.
Also, Pine, apologies. I'm sure maybe we've had interactions in the past with Moco and whatnot, but whereabouts? You don't have to say like city, but like which time zone are you in?
Central. I'm in Texas. I don't really
Central
care.
time.
Okay. Oh yeah, let's go.
Welcome.
Awesome.
Pronouns.
Yes.
Any and all my friends. I am not picky.
Okay.
We didn't ask Chris either. Pronouns, Chris.
Oh yeah, good point.
Him is fine.
Okay.
So we now have a cleric, warlock, wizard, let's see, monk/rogue, a
ranger,
and bard. Okay.
You passed the test. You can be our DM. Let's go.
Solid part.
All right, Nap is on stream.
Oh, I love it. Oh my god, we are.
Oh wow, we have a nice range.
I'm so excited for all these personalities to just like clash together and meld as one. Let's go.
Yeah, what's
Depending
up?
on where things take us, you might find yourself isolated to one particular part of this map for an extended period of time. It
Of course, yeah.
kind of depends on the decisions that some of you make. If you wind up on a certain path, you will be in one particular area for probably most of the whole campaign. But
where are we starting?
Well, for my understanding,
that is for me to know and you to find out.
I was gonna say, from my understanding of like, if we want to put this into like game terms for the non-D&Ders that might be listening, sometimes you're put into a part of a map that is meant to be explored, and then you go to fight you end up in a boss battle, and you're like, I'm not ready for this.
That's why the option to run is always a thing.
That's Dark Souls. That's not how I do it. Usually,
I was specifically kind of
for this at least. The role play is going to determine which way you go, and you get into an encounter, it's usually going to be very difficult for you to just like skirt and get out of the encounter.
All right. Oh, I like it. No, I was watching Skippy playing Elden Ring earlier, and I was like, I don't know anything about the game, but they're like, other people are like, oh, this is too soon. I'm like, it's never too soon. You're fine. Let's go.
Come on,
you're fine.
I've been playing Elden Ring.
And we got to the playoffs.
I saw it. Yeah, I saw that as well.
Like 20 hours of playing it.
Yeah, I'm completely addicted to it. I'm literally on a long quest line just looking for a specific dagger just to complete my build. I'm way too addicted to Elden Ring. Help me.
I love it.
I mean, I feel that way with Mass Effect, so no worries.
Okay, so actually, just to also kind of be clear, and I feel like Cyberstack, we discuss this in the Discord, but so this is kind of an open world vibe that we're going for?
Yeah, we're aiming more towards open world, although there are certain quests that you will be on which will kind of compel you to be to be contained. Like, the best example that I can give is like if you are like in a prison or something, that will kind of force you to get out of the prison.
Right. Okay. And are we? Is this kind of like a? Should we be entering this into the mindset of equal parts RP combat, or like should we feel comfortable like if we are on an RP roll to go with it, or should we like keep it to a minimum, if that makes sense? I feel like if we've played D&D before, sometimes
I'm a very heavy RP player. Like I tend to
would
lean
say
very
that
heavy.
it is I say that it is balanced as much as possible. At least the stuff that I haven't personally made is going to be balanced as possible. The stuff that I have made myself, I can't really.
We'll see when we get there.
Sure. No, it's just one of those things because sometimes.
If I'm being
for
honest,
sure.
you're all going to be my guinea pigs for for.
I'm always the guinea pig.
No, that's fine. No, because sometimes you get into those kind of like RP vortexes where like the party's really vibing and like we're getting information, like we're interacting with each other. So I just want to make sure that we're like all on the same page as far as that goes. Like if we need like a, if everyone's cool with that, like as far as like learning about each other and progressing the story.
I honestly
guess
prefer role play. Like I'm here for the role play for the 100%. Good point, Bear. For all of our people who are listening, there's 3 pillars for D&D. There's combat, exploration, and roleplay. So we're just discussing how heavy we're going into each of those. Before we get too far, Pine, you said you're going to be a warlock. What's your race?
Oh, right. Well, before you ask that, do you want to give parameters?
No, because Pine. The reason that I gave Chris parameters is because we just got added. Pine has been thinking about it for a lot longer. So
gotcha. Okay.
Well, I mean, what's the parameters? Because I don't want to break parameters.
No, please, God, ignore me, please. That's the first rule of
I'm drawing all the characters. I just asked, please don't make it too much of an animal.
Okay. Here. No. No, it's okay. Here, let me just give you the character base template. Like, I went to a website, Pit Crew, and chose one that fit me most and designed the character there. And then drew it myself. So let me just give you the sketch.
Oh, DM it to me. Just DM it to me.
I got you. Golden, right?
Yep.
Man.
There's that, and then here's the where'd the picture go? I just had it.
So you're thinking elf?
Yeah, high elf.
Sweet, 2 high elves.
Hey,
let's go.
Is it I'm having a hard time. Are you leaning more male or femme?
That's a good question. I didn't think about that.
I mean, with elves, there's really
that's what I said. I was like, I'll see how we turn out.
Without a difference.
Okay, here's the thing. With my art style, there is a difference.
Or not? You want the boobs?
That's the question. Do you want boobs
I was
or
about
not?
to say, when it comes to elves, like boobs or no?
Nah,
yeah,
no boobs.
No boobs or
No
boobs? Boobs.
No
Okay.
boobs. No boobs.
No
No boobs.
boobs.
No
No
boobs.
boobs.
No boobs.
Okay.
Zero boobs.
Okay.
X-A on the boobs A. Oobs A. I never spoke that.
Big titty honkadoras? No, thank you. I'm sorry.
Donks only. As long as you have the badonkadonk, that's all that matters. Because
Bork is a ass person. Okay, good to know.
I own 6 of them. Half a dozen asses I own. So
this is
so ironic that
I have 6 donkeys. Is my
Fork
joke.
is going to be a dragonborn wizard, and Pine is going to be a high elf warlock. When feels like it should be like
reversed.
It definitely
Is that better?
reversed, but
You know what?
I love
This
it.
is
I love it.
this is a working. This is like one of those like workshop like get into something that you would never do. Hey Skippy,
Yeah,
what would I
exactly.
never do? Here we go.
I
Am I
super
still
excited
static
to
there or
actually,
no?
I have in my notes right now for your character Fork is just Fork and Skippy the Skull.
That's literally that's it. That's it. That's it.
I feel bad for the poor note taking I always seem to do in these.
Oh,
See, that's
God.
why
No,
that's why I'm
honestly
recording.
Going to
That's
make a
why I'm
very-
recording.
True.
Because
Yeah,
I
I'm
can't
going-
take notes for crap, so I am recording and I will be posting every session to YouTube non-edited. And so if you want to rewatch before a session because you completely forgot what we did, go for it. Or if you need
Actually, this does bring up a question though, because I've been in different D&D groups. So, are we one of us going to give like a recap before the next session, or is that on the DM? Because I take notes regardless. Don't worry about how good they are. It's fine. But how are we going to kind of go about with that?
I guess I would do the recap, but obviously if anybody wants to fill in details that I might have missed, like
Okay.
if I do just a short recap and maybe I like miss somebody, obviously someone can fill in the blanks.
Lolly wants to name the Skippy Skull Scully.
Approved.
Yes.
I was gonna say
Does
Fork has to write all this down.
I'm trying to. I feel like there needs to be more P's in that Scully though.
But you're
There's not enough
Skippy.
P's in that.
You're Skippy.
If it's Scully, then you have to be Boulder.
Oh no! Listen, Skippy already chose. Hang on, Skippy already chose an Irish accent for this.
Oh god.
So that's what we're. Like, it's gonna be. Listen, I can only do so much. I am just one lonely fork. I am one.
It's okay, Fork. I'm just
I love that though. That's the problem, is that I love it so much. But
I mean, you can also name after you get the picture too.
Yeah.
I do like that she went for the Game of Thrones vibe though.
Thank you for modding, Bear.
Skip our I don't know how that's pronounced.
Just let me know
Skippy.
when you're gone.
Which I think is the point. That's why everyone calls me Skippy, is that no one knows how that's pronounced.
Thank you for the follow, Moxie.
Skiparternus? Protector of Beans is my name, so don't forget it.
Protector of Beans.
That's
I totally missed that because I got a follow.
I'll put it in your chat.
Yeah, I was like, DM me this. If everyone could
you.
DM me your names for the stream layout, that'd be fantastic.
I got you.
like character names are real. What?
I don't know how to pronounce it either. I just put a bunch of vowels together, like.
So it's the Welsh treatment.
Yeah. Yes.
And because I'm doing all these drawings and because the Mocos have to chart, is everyone okay with me charting everything on my work in progress of their characters as well?
Absolutely not. How dare you?
Okay. Fork price is just going up.
Yes, kid. That's how you know I love you.
She's about $100 now.
I know. That's like my second one. Listen, I appreciate everything about this. I appreciate having a DM to like take the helm of this. I appreciate all the players.
I already love this group. The fact that we have been laughing this entire session 0.
Oh yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I love that I missed 2 hours of session 0 because I said I can wake up in time for a nap.
No, and like we're still here for you.
Trust me, Pine. There's plenty of moments that I've been like, I'm gonna go take a nap for a little bit. Then I wake up and go, where has the sun gone?
Yep.
I mean,
or the times like I would wake up and be like, is it morning? No, it's still nighttime from the time that I fell asleep. Okay, great.
I mean, Pine, I am recording, so I will be posting this to YouTube as well. So if you want to,
perfect. I'm probably gonna watch through it because I'm so far behind. By the way,
I think
done.
So we've basically been kind of going like a step by step for sure because a lot of maybe some, I don't know if it's a lot, but the Moco community, like just wanting to get to know about D&D and like how it's set up, how we do this. So yeah, it's
Oh yeah.
it's good. Derek, no one wants to hear your questions. By the way,
he's got a point because the map does say no spoiler. So how can a map have a spoiler? That's a great question.
No, it's not.
That's because this is a map from a specific module that you might be using, and that module has landmarks on it that are of importance to the mission. So the spoilers are where on the map all of the important elements of the campaign are. So that is this is a spoiler-free map.
Derek has a pizza to make anyway, so we're fine.
The question is, will he actually make the pizza?
I think the important point about this map to make is that, Derek, it is not meant for insertion.
Oh my god! Am I allowed to facepalm and...
No, he's just like, oh fuck, too late, my dude, too late.
Well, Golden, my character's gonna make your character facepalm a lot.
I am well aware, and we already know that my character will smack Musket upside the head constantly.
Yes, it's very true.
Listen,
this is gonna be awesome.
All right. Are there any other?
Is it good, Derek?
What's the next step of? Are we good with the creation or?
I do have a question real quick.
Everybody can do equipment on their own time. Pine, I need you to send me over your ability scores. I've given you 30 points to spend 30 on abilities.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask. Was where are we? Because I don't know if we rolled for abilities or not, but if you're giving us points to assign, cool.
We're doing point buy, and then you assign.
All right, give me like 5-10 minutes to figure that out.
Feedback from you, Golden.
Sure.
What did you
say?
Gain feedback of Pine and everyone from you.
I am.
And then send me over the skills, the numbers that you've bought, not the number that you have after applying the racial bonus.
Derek says, I'm literally eating the pizza that I did make. Thank you very much.
Is it good? That's the main question.
And also, was this
what toppings?
Was it like the cheese pizza? Because that actually did. I feel like the crust on that cheese pizza could have been a little more well done, but I would have still ate it.
The pizza.
No. I'm just saying, like, I do like a little bit of color on my crust, is all I'm saying. On my pizza, specifically. I don't know if that can be taken any other way, but yeah, exactly. I don't know if that's a thing that the kids are using these days for saying other things, but
I do have a question when it comes to equipment about my character specifically. See if you got a second.
Yeah, go for it.
We talked about him using a crossbow instead of like a longbow, right?
We didn't, but go ahead.
Well,
right, so I can do that.
Wait, so your character is a cleric, right? I think
Ranger.
Ranger.
Chris's character is a ranger?
No, not Chris. JC.
Oh, sorry. I thought. Okay, I'm sorry. I thought Chris was talking because I'm seeing his little thing light up.
Yeah, we sound so similar too.
Oh.
I'm very tired.
Wally's gonna pop in the chat about that.
Yeah, so guess what? The cleric's gonna die first.
So what is your question then, JC?
Basically, we talked about my character. It's about possibly him using a crossbow. Is it okay since Rangers have a longbow if I swap out the longbow for a crossbow when it comes to equipment?
Oh, are Rangers not proficient with crossbows?
I don't know if they are. I need to probably look at that.
They should be proficient with it. It is a simple weapon, after all. Yeah, Rangers are proficient with all simple and martial weapons, and a crossbow is definitely a simple weapon. So there's no controversy here.
Okay.
Yes, Bear?
It's just one of those things. I'm going to go with a light crossbow for musket. It's just one of those things that I looked at the size of a longbow, and I thought, that is taller than my character. So I'm going to swap out the crossbow and the bolts.
Yeah, and we can talk more about potentially like upgrading that thing down the line.
Right.
Okay. So that equipment issue is dealt with. So, while Pine is working um on their stats, let's talk about some of the nitty gritty of this campaign. So, as far as this party goes, I want to tell you what I had in mind, and let me know what your thoughts are. So, this campaign is going to start in a setting where you do not know each other, but through circumstances for at least this one adventure, which will probably not take more than one session, will sort of unite you, and help you get to know one another. What do you think about that?
Would it would it be like some of us know like, because JC and my character, we want, like, their best friend kind of know each other. So would you do it like that? It's like different small groups that kind of know each other. So there's some like established RP already.
Yeah, we can have it so that, like, you and Pine know each. I'm sorry, not you and Pine. You and
JC.
JC know each other. But everybody else is kind of okay. So we can make it that you know each other, but not necessarily from prior adventures. That's all that I mean. Like, you can know like, when you experience what I have in store, you'll understand what I mean, but this will be your first adventure together. That's
As
what
a
I'm trying to
party.
get at. Yeah, your first
Okay.
adventure as a party. Like, you can know each other, you just won't have done any adventuring before.
That's
Do you have
where
a question?
yeah, I have a question on
think
that,
of
but you ask yours first.
Okay, my question is about the point thing. It's only 30 points for all the stats.
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna suffer.
Say
Jax,
what?
why would you get fined?
By
I'm so
math.
confused.
Just math. Bane of my existence.
I really am suffering here. I'm struggling. I'm like, wait a second. Just...
You're a warlock, so I think you need
It's
to
all
just
charisma.
put it into
Yeah.
charisma.
Charisma's
Oh,
the
yeah.
big one, yeah.
Yeah. Charisma's 15, and then I was like, wait, I only have 15 points left, so I'm just gonna put 3 into everything else,
Do
right?
we know?
Hold on, if you have 30 points, then you should have 18 points left after buying a 15 in charisma.
Oh, you mean by modifier points? Or...
I'm just gonna put the calculator back
You know what the
into.
Yeah.
Hold on, do you know
Yeah.
what Wi-Fi is?
It's just easier to just do the calculator.
Just give me the calculator.
I'm gonna just DM it to you.
Please. Please.
Oh, I also have one
So
other thing I need to do,
confused.
Pine. I need you to do that. Seeing as I have done the rest of the party.
Oh, yeah. I did not realize.
Yes, Fly Eagles Fly is a NFL thing.
Sorry. My dad is he was born and raised in Philly before the Marine Corps, so I feel like I've heard him say that before, but I haven't lived with him for a really long time.
Good
so
job, Private Bear.
Bear.
Yep, it's a sports.
Okay, it is
okay,
a
I got
sports.
it now.
It's a sports. Okay.
I understand.
I'm trying to think of. I don't know if. Do we know which city we're starting in?
No.
Because I feel like I would probably just be a Dragonborn setting in whatever city we end up in. I don't know if there could be any connections, but
I can tell you that you can you can make your background however you want.
got it.
It's, like,
Okay.
it's not going to have
Okay.
much of a bearing on first
Okay.
adventure.
I will then, if she's still listening, I will give Skippy free reign on how we ended up where we are. So R.I.P. me.
Just to go on a quick tangent here, I love my mod because she just went on a bot ban, and she comes back to me and she goes, 5 bots have been killed, General Golden.
Very nice.
I love my mod.
07.
Oh, that's another emote I have to do. We have to do a salute. I should make a list of the emotes I need to make. I also have to make more sub badges. I'm so behind on my art. It just went really quiet all of a sudden.
Yes, it did.
It did go. I was like, did something happen? I miss it?
I was looking over. I'm like, did my Discord work?
No, it's just we went quiet. I will say that since we're doing it like Musket and Ruve, Golden's character, would know each other, we wouldn't necessarily be like. We might have a rapport, but we also don't really haven't really worked together, I guess is the way to put it. That makes sense?
Do you want to do that, or do you want to stick with us being best friends?
I mean, definitely want to stick with us being like best friends. It's just like one of the things, like we've never actually adventured together, but like we still know each other on a like. My character sees you and immediately just like runs up and gives you a hug or something like that.
Then I would need to change my backstory. Because
Okay,
I have that we've been traveling for a while, just you and me, but not the whole party. So like you and me have a really good rapport with each other, but we kind of just fell into the rest of the party kind of thing. Would that work, Stag?
Yeah, I think that can work.
Okay. Then I'm gonna stick with that.
Anyone want to have? I mean, am I just a loner? I'm okay with being a loner. I can really
up until you find the party.
I can RP that. That's fine. But I feel like I probably would be.
I mean, that's something that you can determine, on your own if you'd like. Whether you're like a loner or whether you've had people you're with. I mean, here's the thing: if you're going to create extra characters that are like important to you, then they should be either guests or NPCs that I play.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's why I was asking, because it was asked to me from elsewhere, so I was just saying, like, in this case, it makes more sense. Like, if it's not a direct connection, then it makes more sense in the D&D kind of realm to play it as it's laid.
Okay. I mean, I'm cool with with either it being like an NPC or just kind of a background character. Just you gotta let me know ahead of time what your decision is with it.
Bear said that she would be a buddy fork, and that she would be one of the voices in your head.
I like that. Well, for my character's backstory that I've written so far, realistically, Golden's character is like the only character that like he really cares about.
Yeah, like for me, like I have NPCs in my backstory, which I may need the DM's help in naming a couple of them, but I don't have, other than JC's character, I don't know any of the other PC characters. That's the only.
No, I think in my case, true to form, to like. So there are a few of us streaming it. So if Skippy is available, then I might play off of things that she says in chat.
Oh, that'd be hilarious.
But overall, like, it's just gonna be me. Like, I will play true to this character. I will like I can roll and be like, if she says to do something, I'll roll and be like, hey, would I listen to this? So I think that works out well, because in this kind of character creation, it makes sense in the sense of like, would I listen to it or would I not? So
she just said the best thing. I'll beat up any other voices in Fork's head. I'm a jealous hallucination.
Yeah.
Very Skippy. That's very Skippy.
Oh, this is great, because I could totally see that like argument in your head happening of like another voice popping in, and then the Skippy soul
Well, and the best part is that I can give Skippy the, I guess, freedom to say, like, hey, this is a number between 1 and 20. And then if I hit it, great. If not, then I don't. So, again, listen, I'm just trying to draw Skippy and the rest of the Mocos into this D&D mayhem that we are creating. So
I think we've definitely drawn Skippy in. Skippy, don't answer that. Skippy, do not answer that question.
So I have to send you...
I won't look. I won't look. If you do answer, I'm going to close it right now. So...
Do you want me to send the scores that I put down for now without the ability, without the erase removal?
Yes, please do. Send them to me, DM.
Meanwhile, Jets is just getting more and more confused as we go on.
Jets is always confused.
Yeah, he's constantly confusion.
Still waking up from my slumber.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I just had to fix one of my monitors because it was...
Alright, Pine, you're good.
Woohoo! Can I add in my modifiers now?
Okay, so I know...
You need to show me with modifiers. We just need to make sure that you did the point by correctly. Okay, so... I guess, all the spellcasters just, make sure that you read up on the rules and you're able to, set up your spells and other stuff correctly, like you know how to do that stuff, because that's one of the more tedious elements of all this. So I just want to make sure that you're ready for it.
Sure.
Forgot to mention for those who weren't here from the start, we all start at level 2. So you all know, we are all starting at level 2, not level 1.
Yeah, so we will be squishy with all lowercase.
Are you sure it's all lowercase?
No. Level 2 for me, because everything I've ever been a part of, it's either like 1, 3, 5. But I was like, what about 2? Like, let's give the evens a chance. I think that's a good starting point.
Yeah.
Especially with the new group, that if people don't know each other personally, like we can learn how we vibe together. So I like
Exactly.
I like level 2,
especially before locking in like our
yes,
the subclasses.
100%, exactly what I was saying earlier. Like seeing how we respond to certain things. Like, okay, I will do this next time.
Yeah, sure.
So just to so we've got how many core players now then total?
We now have 6.
6. Okay.
And we're maxed. Although if anybody, I guess, the guests can help fill in whenever we're
someone
missing,
has to be
whenever someone can't make it, or like when several of you can't make it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we are planning on Sunday the same time, correct?
Yeah, so it'll be Sundays at preferably 9, just like, I wanted to start early because I kind of knew that this session would go later, but now that we aren't on any sort of time crunch, we can, just have like fixed start times and end times for everyone. So, 9 to 12 Eastern on Sundays.
Okay.
Starting in 2 weeks.
Let me put that on our calendar.
The first adventure is going to be a little more combat focused to get everybody used to
learning the combats.
I just got goosebumps. Let's go.
This is gonna be great.
I'm so excited.
We shall see.
Are we planning to do bi-weekly or weekly?
Let's decide on that after the first session, I think.
That's fair.
That's fair.
I won't be able to do Sundays once the NFL season starts because of work.
When does that start?
That starts
for those non-sports people. That is not me.
I was gonna say the same thing, Mark.
that is in September, and
Oh, okay.
you know,
So we've got a couple
I've
seasons.
been in campaigns that have run for like 2 full years. So
Oh
it's
yeah, no, I know how it goes for sure.
like
Yeah.
if we don't, if we aren't like completed with it by September, then we'll at least need to do a
Rest
hiatus
day.
between September and like mid-February.
Okay.
of
Or I mean, like I said, like a few of us have said that like there's other DMs. Like if we can do like a series of one shots, or I mean maybe by that time there will be interest in from the
Good
non
night, Bear. Have a good
D&D
night.
people now to get their feet wet, and then
Hell
we
yeah.
can experiment with that as well. So
Yeah, exactly.
awesome.
And I mean, right now, like Sundays just seems to be the best for everyone. But I also know that my weeknights, I'm up till 2 a.m. usually. Even though I have work and God help me the next day when I am. But so like I can do weeknights if we need to change it too. I just know some people have some weeknights that they can't do.
Jetsmets, the reason that you have to look forward a lot in campaigns like these is because
Yeah.
3 hours of D&D is not a whole lot. For like, I can't really show you what I'm working with for the majority of this campaign, but we're talking, several hundred pages worth of content,
Yeah.
and it can take, like 2 sessions to do like one dungeon or one like part of the mission.
Well, and
And
Steve,
that's just
like
assuming
so,
that
like
you go
one action is like what 6 seconds, right? So it's like you can do so much in 6 seconds, but like
I mean, that's not what I'm referring to. Like,
no, I understand that. So what I'm saying is like so for context, like I've been in a campaign where we started probably about a year ago. We haven't been consistent, but we're still on like in game, like maybe within a week, within a year. Like the time in D&D is variant on, like it doesn't match up with IRL time for sure. Like
a good example of this is like Chris's campaign that he DMs for me. We've been going for a good year in like our time, but in campaign time we've gotten maybe a week, 2 weeks.
yeah, exactly.
And
Insane.
if we're leaning into a lot of role play,
Yeah.
then
Oh,
with
yeah,
that,
if you're leaning into the role play, then it will take even longer because, like, as awkward as it sounds, like role play sometimes distracts from the story.
mm-hmm.
Oh, for
So
sure.
if you find yourself getting, like I don't want to make it sound negative, but if you're getting bogged down by exploring parts of the world that are not part of the campaign, and I'm not going to do much to push you one way or another. Like, thankfully, the book gives me the option to just kind of insert plot elements as we go along. But it was like I don't really plan on putting too many like I don't plan on like forcing you in any one direction.
Well, yeah, and I think that's the thing, especially more so in the beginning than anything else, because like while we might have interacted with each other as like ourselves in this community, like we're bringing new personalities into existence. So like we have to figure out how we're going to interact with each other on that level. So
we have to kind of still flesh out how we would act out our characters and stuff too. Like I have ideas, but it may change once we get in game.
100%, yeah, absolutely.
So because Pine wasn't here, and I know Chris was listening, I am drawing all the characters. So if you guys all want to DM me the name of your character, how you want your username or whatever you want to go by on screen, and then details that you kind of would like included in the drawing. I'll try to get as many details in, but I am telling you right now I am going to take creative license and things, and if I don't like the look of something, it won't be there. And if I like think of something and I think that'll look really cool, it will be there. So just give me a short kind of description of what you would want your character to look like, so I have an idea. I know for Ravens, I have a base of what I'm going for, Mr. C3PO, but I have ideas for yours. I have ideas for Forks too.
I really can't wait, Golden. I really can't.
And let me tell you, give her the artistic freedom.
I absolutely given her artistic freedom. I gave her literally the what is it, the Hero Forge that I did for the character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just as the rough, like, this is how I picture it, and then she could go. You go right ahead and do what you would want to do with it. Like,
I've already asked you clarifying questions that you've answered.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's the same for mine. I gave you like a picture or whatever, but you don't have to follow that picture. It's just a rough idea.
Yeah.
It's go wild. I love artistic freedom. So.
And Pine, you weren't here. If you would like to buy the drawing off once it's completed, you can definitely do that. I'm working on the prices. I am thinking for more of the basic human kind of look. It's going to be around 40. And for more extensive work, such as Forks, 60, possibly more than that, depending on how into detail I go and how much I want to pull my hair out. I just have to figure out how to set up PayPal to take payments. Derek, I'm gonna DM you soon.
It should be pretty easy once you set up the account.
I have a PayPal account. I have no idea how to set it up to like take kind of like business payments. So I'm just gonna DM Derek soon.
He says okay.
Yeah, I see that. You know, our go-to tech guy.
I will never call him that, but that's exactly what he is.
I'll give him the pat on the back.
Oh, I thought you said tech daddy.
Oh no, I said our go-to tech guy.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I guess that's just my own thing. I was like, okay, that's weird. Anyway, moving on.
My hardest decision, I think, with this group is going to be deciding if I want to make the homebrew section, use homebrew for Adventure 2, or make that the endgame content.
Yeah.
I am,
Oh, here's a question for everyone. Is everyone, like, wanting to kind of try, if we can do it, to try to go level 20, or kind of just see where it takes us?
I don't have anything past level 15. I mean, I suppose if you
homebrew it.
I'm just thinking of wherever it takes us, to be honest. Like, for me
I definitely
personally,
say, go ahead.
Sorry. For me personally, like, if my character ends up dying in a dramatic way, fine, whatever. I'll just roll another. You know, like, it doesn't. As long as, like, you know, we're having fun with it and, you know, it makes sense. You know, like,
we just gotta make sure that the Skippy character can't die, because
yes, we will save that precious Skippy.
Everyone else, we can die, but Skippy can't die.
I don't know what we have in mind for our character's backstory school. And what's probably going to happen is one of them is going to die and the other one's going to go out in a blaze of glory.
More than likely.
Yeah.
It also depends on if we pick up any other relationships with the group.
Very true.
Protect me. I can't say anything on whether my character would protect her or not, because she doesn't know her.
Actually, yeah, it's like there's so much happening. Like,
in all honesty, I think my character will be completely freaked out by the freaking floating skull.
Yeah.
So I think we are all good. I honestly thought that I'd have to spend like a lot of time explaining to at least one person here like the basics of D&D, but I'm glad to see that everybody like understands, the 6 ability scores, their respective class, the races, equipment. Adventure 1 will be, combat intensive, as I said, although maybe a little bit inconvenient for some of you.
Yeah, this is essentially just a bunch of Moco nerds being like, fucking finally, let's go. We've been waiting for
just because I want to be conscious. Is there anything that people do not want to come up in the campaign, such as like extreme sexual encounters? Like, I know we're probably, because I am streaming and I know Raven's streaming, so we won't go into that. But like, is there anything?
That's you misspelled my name twice.
Who did? Oh,
Jets.
Jets. Oh, Jets.
But
like,
the first time, and then you did the little asterisk, and you spelled it the exact same way.
Can we all give a round of applause to Jets?
No, it's in lowercase this time.
But is there anything anybody's not comfortable going into? Like, for me, I am a decently innocent mind, so like I probably will shy away from the love encounters, to put it frank. But for the most part, blood, violence, and all that doesn't really bother me, kind of thing.
Like, there's really nothing that I can. I mean, like, action is kind of the core of action, and like killing and dying is kind of like a core part of it. There really isn't much that I can do to take that out of it. If you want me to,
that's fine. I'm talking more for like the role play.
I think in that case, it's more of like you just fade to black. That's usually how I've seen it been taken care of. It's like, if there's a situation that's like intense, whether it's sexual or battle wise or like whatever it is, like you just fade to black.
Anything can happen in this game.
Exactly, and if they're like, and we can discuss
it can only happen if I let it happen, and
right. We can discuss it in the Discord and like have like if there's a certain like code word, or I know X cards is really big in the TTRPG community. Like if you just put X, like okay, we will deviate from this topic and move on. Whatever it is, like
that's basically where I'm going. I don't want anyone to feel uncomfortable when like if we start role playing and we're starting to get like into serious role play and someone's not comfortable with it. I don't want to put someone in an uncomfortable position. I kind of thing.
Okay, so let me. So I had how to word this? Okay, so if you are captured by certain like monstrous races, like there are ones that have those kind of torture tendencies. That being said, I don't really plan on being graphic with anything, like even though I know how to. I would kind of just play things off as, you either haven't been tortured yet, or, you were tortured like off stream, and then we just roll to determine whether you like cracked under the pressure or not.
Okay.
That seems fair. Yeah.
Also,
it could be off-screen stuff.
Like, while I know I have the talent to do so, I'm not going to treat this as like episode 1 of Goblin Slayer, okay?
Yeah. Don't threaten me with a good time. I'm sad.
I just wanted to set baselines for everyone, just because when I DM'd a game, it was my first time DMing, and I made the mistake of not setting that baseline. And I had a player who would not listen when I told them that they needed to pull back on what they were doing, which ended up having us no longer continuing, because I only had 3 players, and the player wouldn't listen, so we ended up.
Well, I think in that case, if there's something that within our player group that's like a absolute like hard stop, like red flag, like obviously, DM Cyberstag, and then they can have that in mind moving forward. But I think the way that we have our time set, like if we kind of like how we did today, is like set it for that 8, like start at 9, but if we have like 15 to 20 minutes before time, we can all kind of like group together and be like, hey, this is what we liked about the first session, or hey, I had an issue with this. Like we can kind of discuss it before we actually start the streams and the session.
I mean, I can always get in the voice chat half an hour early if people want to have a discussion and just pull people in, and then start the stream around 8:50ish, so it'll be good to go by 9.
Okay, that works for me. But I mean, obviously, if there's anything that ever happens where someone is uncomfortable, like, please feel free to reach out to whoever you're comfortable reaching out to and be like, hey, this is not my cup of tea, and then we can go from there. So,
and a good way to look at it,
that was brought up.
No, absolutely, yeah.
No, that's a very good point, because I mean, a good way to look at it is something I like to say to a lot of people I know, because there's a lot of times that whenever I make a joke, it's one of those things where I'm going for the low-hanging fruit of like, this can be taken inappropriately. And that might be a little bit how I play Musket a little bit. Like, say someone says something that can be taken wrong, all of a sudden you'll hear him laughing in the background. Yeah. But like I'm very much also like the person who's like, if I ever make a joke about something and it crosses a line, tell me. I'm trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be an ass.
No, absolutely, and I think that's actually that's to me that's the bigger part of a session 0 is like just understanding where exactly understanding where everyone, like, at the end of the day, like, this is a game. Mm-hmm. I am pretty big on RP for myself, so like if my character says or does something, like, please understand that's my character doing it and not me to anyone personally.
Mm-hmm. That being said, I think if anybody here has a specific phobia that is so bad that even talking about it would make you uncomfortable, please DM me, because like there are, like spiders and snakes and rats and things like that throughout. So if even talking about any of those kinds of creatures like actually like gives you makes you uncomfortable, just let me know beforehand and I'll just swap it for something else.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That's why I wanted to bring it up, because
no, for sure. Like
it's definitely something that needs to be talked about in session 0.
No, for sure. Like I said, like, I mean, that's usually what my session 0 kind of, I guess, speech is like whatever my character does or says, like, I'm obviously like putting myself into that character. I'm trying to be, I'm not going to be like a complete dick because I can, but like, I'm also going to try to be true to my character, but like, that's not anything against anyone personally. That's usually my biggest thing, because I'm naturally a smartass, and that's 100% going to bleed into my characters no matter what.
Yeah. Most of us in this group are smartasses, so
yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. So I feel pretty comfortable. Like, I feel like we all have a common bond within, like, whether it's Moco or like extensions of Moco. We're I would like to think pretty much on the same page, but obviously, like, I'm open to whatever changes need to be made can be made. Like, I'm completely open to that. So I'm just super stoked to meet all of our characters. Like, we are such a fucking motley crew. It's insane.
It's literally, I feel like we all tried to like pick the most out there races. Like, elves are not that out there, but like they can be. So I
mean, you both chose high elves, so you're pretty out there.
Ooh.
I just like how for my character, I looked at it at the races, went not good enough, and then created my own.
And you can 100% like talk to Golden about if you want to change your race, like, please, like,
just don't do it. I will let you each know when I'm starting your character. Once I've started drawing, there's no changing.
That's fair. That is fair.
Fair enough.
Awesome. Yep. Well, are there any other things, DM, that we should discuss?
Yeah, nothing that springs to mind. Like the character creation and establishing rules and figuring out the relationship was the big thing. So I'm ready to. I'm willing to call it if everybody else is. Unless anybody else has issues or questions.
Okay, so we're shooting for March 20th. Is that correct? 2 weeks from today.
Yes, 2 weeks from today.
Oh man, I'm so
20th.
excited.
The sooner I
Write
get
it on
names
the calendar.
would be best. Names of
yeah,
characters and how you would. Because if you want your
Okay.
Discord name to show up, we'll use that. If you would prefer a different name to be called something else,
Okay.
let me know. Because I'm gonna have your character name, and your whatever username you have, so that people know who's talking to whom.
Okay, sounds good.
Sounds perfect.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, everyone. I'm super excited for the next couple weeks of getting into the mind of this level 2 character. I'm super excited about that. So,
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
I cannot wait for this to start. I really can't.
I'm so excited.
I want to say is it 2 weeks from now, but I'm also sitting here going, I need to do a lot of art.
Yeah. Like,
guess
Don't
there's not
do
going to
it.
be
please
any
don't feel
mind.
pressured. Please don't feel pressured. Like,
I'm excited.
I can dress up as a Dragonborn. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Like,
I just
We'll get you a
realized
skull.
that
We'll get you
yeah,
a skull.
yeah. I can get a Skippy skull. They're hot on the market right now. It's fine.
I'm going to be so busy because we also have the Ender Dragon fight for Minecraft
Right.
server
Yeah.
this Friday
Yes.
or whatever
Yes.
day we chose.
But honestly, like, don't feel pressured to like have it at the start. Like, you like just if it happens, great. If not, there's not going to be any like judgment or anything. Like,
it might be that each
please
new
don't
session
stress
might
about
have
it.
a
Is my
new.
main thing.
It depends on how work treats me, but it might end up being that each new session has a new character art.
That's fine. My
your
only thing is like,
pace.
please
At
don't
your
stress.
pace.
Yeah, please don't stress about it. Like,
What's sleep?
yeah, like, no, honestly, like, please don't do anything out of the ordinary. Honestly, like, I'm.
Well, if you're a high elf, you don't sleep. You just have a trance.
Yeah, yeah, like
Exactly.
meditation, you're fine. Yeah,
4-hour
well,
meditation and
God.
keep going.
you're good.
Those high energy coffee shots, they'll keep me going, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, the meditation stuff reminds me of yesterday's session in Chris's campaign, where my character wandered off Overwatch while the other one was under meditation. And let's just say it ended with my character tied up in a crate in the back of a cart.
That sounds about right.
Sounds like a Toph special. Yep.
It was very on brand for Davis.
It's very on brand for the character I was running on that one, yes.
Oh, now I'm really looking forward to being partied with Davis. Yes.
I was gonna say, JC, I'm pretty sure that's something exactly Musket would do, especially to Roov.
Yeah. I will say Musket has more wisdom than Cal in that campaign does. Because, I mean, Musket just, like, goes in because he's just like, you know what, fuck it, let's do it.
There's different definitions of wisdom.
True. I'm just saying my character in that campaign very much is just like, he does things, he thinks it through, he doesn't even think it through, he just makes a choice. Just goes.
Apparently, you're no longer JC, you are Davis.
Lolly, you brought that on yourself, and I did. I shouldn't have listened to the DM's prodding, but I did.
Alright, well,
That's what I'm there for. I'm there to tell you. I know you're trying to avoid
I'm
this,
there
but
to
wouldn't it
guide
be
you, my
fun?
child.
Yes. Take candy from strangers. Go ahead, do it.
Are you sure?
I won't say
you would like
exactly
to
what
do
happened.
Take
Metagaming.
candy from children is all I heard. PRB.
Oh God, no! We're not gonna say that, Lolly.
Oh no, is it a dick? Do you have a dino dick on your
God
face?
damn it!
That's a dino dick! On
Not
your
Dino
face.
Dick, but it is
It's
a
just a
dick because I made a
dick.
comment about
Oh,
drawing a dick on
no.
someone else's face, and said person then proceeded to do so.
Oh no! But also, oh yes.
What's worse is that
that's
they
the other
used,
man.
they
I feel
actually
like
centered it around like the third eye that has been put on my character's face,
here's
thanks
the
to the
thing.
natural 20 in religion.
I am so excited to like. Obviously, like we're gonna be adventuring together, but like I'm so excited for all the like side shenanigans that our group is gonna end up getting involved in. Like,
Oh
are you...
my god, yes.
Oh my god.
It's gonna be too much.
It's just
I'm
gonna
gonna
always
end up
be a
being the straight
scuffle.
man.
Yeah, it's gonna be too much. It's just gonna be it. That's it.
I'm waiting for the first fireball to happen. And like we're gonna be walking down an alley and there's just gonna be a fireball and it's just gonna be like, oh fuck.
We'll be fine.
Honestly, at this point, I'm more thinking about how many times JC's gonna shoot me in the back.
Oh my god, that's so true. Because that's something Musket would definitely do.
Yes.
Because I know so much about both characters now. I'm sitting here going, no, that's definitely something Musket would do, and that's definitely something that Roof would slap the heck out of Musket's head for.
He'd do it and all of a sudden just bam. What?
Oh god!
Oh, this is gonna be so much fun. I'm so excited.
It's gonna
There's also gonna be plenty of
It's gonna be a
points where,
family
like,
at Disneyland. It's literally all over. That's all we're doing.
There's also going to very much be a point where like Musket's going to like be getting ticked off at some random NPC at a bar, and Golden's character will be like, just grab him.
Ruben's just going to grab him by the scruff and just walk away.
So just you don't have to do it now, but we can just call it out. But who is doing accents or a different voice from their own natural voice?
Yeah. Probably.
I plan on doing a different voice and talking in a different way for.
Same.
Mine.
I am.
This is exciting. I love it.
What Persona 4?
It's the best way for me to get into like the RP side of it. Like if I pretend to be someone else, then I'm someone else. That's I don't have control about anything I'm doing.
As a theater person,
you're hella excited.
Oh, this is amazing.
As a theater person, getting into character is in my heart, so I will be the character. I will envelop the
my
character.
big thing. Yeah, my big thing is
that's gonna help me so much. The
best way for me to get into character is I create playlists for my characters. So I don't know. I haven't started it yet, but I'm very curious to see how. Now that I have this like dual, apparently I have two heads, so that's going to be a fun aspect to work with.
I'm wondering like I have no idea if this is how you're gonna play it, but I'm wondering if to the rest of us it's just gonna look like you have like this levitating skull kind of thing.
I'm talking to myself 100%. Because IRL I can RP this easily because I talk to myself. Well, so I've had dogs my entire life except for the past probably like 3 years now. I didn't realize how much I talked to my. Well, actually, the last dog was actually like less than a year ago, but it wasn't mine. But I didn't realize how much I talked to myself until I lost my dog, and I was like, wow, I really talk to myself a lot. Like, there's no dog here to listen to me.
I do it too. Don't feel bad.
I do the same thing with my cat.
So yeah, no, it's just gonna be me being like, yeah, no, you're right. And like, who are you talking? Don't worry about it. We're good.
Good Fork, your character very much is going to be a character that's going to just be arguing with itself, basically with Skippy in chat, and everyone else is going to be like looking between each other. It's like, the fuck is going on?
Honestly, I told her, I was like, the best times are going to be if she is actually in chat as we are playing, because I won't play my entire character based off of her. Like, I'm my own person. Like, I'm my own Fork. Like, I do what I want. But like, if she says something that's really like good, I'll try. I'm gonna roll for it and be like, would I listen to would I listen to this voice? I'll set I told her, I was like, you can. She can set the number of the night, and then I'll let the dice tell the story, which is my favorite part of D&D. Honestly, like I love that it's literally the dice that are telling the story. Amen. My favorite thing. Yeah. Favorite thing.
It just makes all the situations happen.
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes I love the failure because it's like, how are you gonna get away from this? Like, how are you gonna make this a success even though you technically failed? Like, let's go. Like, that's my favorite thing about this. So I'm so excited. Oh man, I love D&D, but I
Have you got-
love it with good people. Like I'm so excited for this group.
Have you decided what the skull's gonna be named? And do you want that to be said on the display?
I mean, no. I, honestly, that's a discussion between you and Skip. Honestly.
Okay, because it's
Yeah.
your character. Do you want the skull's name to be on your description for your character? Your
Yeah, I mean, we can find out what it's called. I'm fine with it. Like maybe just let me know, and then because we are just meeting these characters for the first time, like I don't know how open I would be about that. So
okay, yeah, we'll discuss. We'll discuss.
Yeah, for sure. I do like that little bit of mystery within any of my characters being like, also I just met you, like.
I don't know the fuck about you.
Calm down. Like that. My skull's name is actually my password, so like that's a big ask. So
Jets wants you to name the skull Gam Gam.
Oh, Jets!
Such a good name.
That's so. I mean, that's what it is. That's. I can't. It can't not be that now. It is.
It has to be Gam Gam.
God, I hate that. I hate that. That's so good.
Am I making a note to call it Gam Gam?
No, that's what it is. It is Gam Gam. Like, are you kidding me? Like,
I have written it down as well.
God, how did this happen? Is she still here? She's probably not. She's probably being a true Gam Gam and sleeping right now, 100%. But like, oh yeah, drop your mic. That's it's Gam Gam. But maybe in this world, in Draconic, Gam Gam is actually Jam Jam.
Gam Gam.
Oh man, I love it. I love it too much. I hate it. Oh God.
So good.
Sorry, Cyber Stag, but this is what you get with Moco.
I feel like this is what you get with any D&D.
I tried to fight it, but no. I will. I'm so excited to play this character. I've never played a squishy person before.
It's gonna be fun.
Played a player in so long. I've been the forever DM. This is gonna be awesome. I'm so excited.
Oh, we have two forever DMs.
Yes, I've been a forever DM, and it's been 7 years since I started DMing. So I'm excited to finally play a player character.
Yes.
I'm finally a player.
That's amazing.
I will say that when it comes to playing with the Mocos, Chris is probably the one for the most culture shock right
Sorry,
now.
stupid. I had to roll over and tell you I am in fact basically listening and sleeping like Gam Gam Skull.
Okay, it's official. It's Gam Gam.
Even in my fantasy life, I'm stuck with Gam Gam. I love it. I can't get away from her.
I gotta go to sleep, unfortunately.
I was gonna say we have hit the midnight mark, and I also have to go.
Yeah, we're good. So thank you so much, and we'll see you guys all in a couple of weeks.
One quick question before you go. One real quick. Backstories, are they just for us, or do you want a copy?
Yeah, do you want the copy of the backstories? I'd like to talk some things over for my backstory.